warning signs. For some, colors appear dull or washed out. For others, hazy or blurred vision make it hard to see details, like fine print on price tags. Many have trouble seeing in the dark, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
When it's time for the March Mania brackets to bust wide open. As I was saying, it's mad. The Mania of March at BetUS.com is all about those buzzer beat bonus offers. And when the madness starts and Cinderella man steps onto the BetUS always has your back with back-to-back 125% sign-up bonuses on your first 3 deposits and even 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com Sportsbook and Casino, where the game... Join today. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins.
You know, it seems like everybody's talking about the traffic on Valley Roads these days. You know what else everybody's talking about? The absolute best restaurant to take your family and friends to, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. Now at 2 Valley locations. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection on Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily from 6 p.m. and enjoy outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for spring training, March Madness, or just to enjoy the Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. You take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 locations, Scottsdale and now in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's Kasai Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone. Jeffrey O'Brien here, and congratulations. You just made it through the hottest summer in Arizona history. No lie. The only proof you need is in that electric bill. If you don't have solar, I wonder how bad it's going to get next year. You need to call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're a locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
It's now even easier to serve on an Arizona jury. If your company doesn't pay for jury service, the court will reimburse your lost wages up to $300 if picked to serve in Superior Court. So next time you see a jury summons in the mail, don't ignore it, or you could face a $500 fine. Remember, our courts are fair because you are there. Learn more at azcourts.gov/jury service. This message is sponsored by the Arizona Supreme Court.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
Here we go.
This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
You're live. All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and we got to start the show with a congratulations. Quite the honor. Quite the achievement. This is it's nice to hear. Grand Canyon University's Tyon Grant Foster has been named WAC Player of the Year. And Grand Canyon owns the WAC, so they probably should have made every player of the year. But, Tyon Grant Foster has been having an amazing season, and so good for him. Keon and I were talking off air about how amazing would it be if Grand Canyon got to the NCAA tournament and won the whole damn thing.
They ran the table. It would be up there with the best Cinderella stories ever.
They'd make a movie out of it. They'd make a movie because nobody could even but you never know. That's the beautiful thing about the March Madness. That's why the madness is part of this, because you never know what kind of crazy stuff might happen. Grand Canyon's got a good team. You never know. Listen, it ain't easy. It'd be uphill for sure, but you never know. That's why you got to play all the games. So, anyways, congratulations once again, Ty and Grant Foster, WAC Player of the Year. 888-368-1580. The Bird says the Wendy's Creamsicle Shake comes out today. Did you guys get it? It's more relevant than GCU, he says. I don't agree.
No.
And what the hell is a creamsicle shake? Was that what flavor is that?
Well, it's like an orange creamsicle.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, they're all right. And it's March, and GCU is going to be in the NCAA tournament in all likelihood.
What do you mean it's all right? It's okay.
You can't.
What does that mean?
It's
apparently you have not had.
It's decent.
What? You have not had a true creamsicle.
Moist one coming soon.
In more ways than I want to.
Yeah, I guess I probably should have thought that phrasing too.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, Ralph is on the text line. Harmon Solar Ralph, but he's mad at you, Keon.
What did I do?
Says Keon is on my bleep list.
For which thing? Because I've done 3 or 4 things that have put me on Ralph's list, and I've
handful of things.
Well, this is what just popped up on the news feed right before we came on air. Bobby Wagner has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Washington Commandos.
I'll gladly be on that list, Ralph. I will gladly be on that list.
Yeah, he says, stealing a Seahawks legend and my favorite player. Between this and how you cursed USC, I'm not very happy with you.
I didn't curse USC. Alex Grinch,
if you did, thank you.
Who is your defensive coordinator? He cursed USC by existing as the defensive coordinator in name only, apparently, because there wasn't defense being played.
Ralph, all you can say is, "Damn it, Bobby."
But but thanks for Bobby Wagner, though. Appreciate it.
Big George says, "Well, today is the day that ASU starts their miraculous run at a Pac-12 tournament championship and shock the world. Go ASU and beat them Mormons." Well, okay. I think it's far more likely that GCU will shock the world. This is not ASU's year, but you never know. It's got to play the game, and it's 5.5 point favorite. Those Utah Utes, and I wouldn't bet on anything tonight. Just let's just see what happens.
Just keep that money in your pocket.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Go
he's
ASU.
I don't know. I don't know that he's betting. He didn't say that.
I'm just saying, in general.
Yeah.
Maybe pass on this one.
I think Big George is a highly educated man who knows what the odds are and is willing to not put his money down on this specific one, though.
Listen, as smart as Big George is, he also says an awful lot of dumb crap.
Well,
so I feel it necessary to just still give that warning. Probably let that one go by. I'm just saying. But got to play the games, and we'll see what happens. The Pac-12 tournament starts tonight. The Jet says, hold on here. My whole thing froze again. Now I'm just seeing a text from yesterday.
Hate it when my thing freezes. Hate it.
Oh, here it is.
Then you get an innie and all that stuff, and then
you get an innie.
What?
You get an innie. I do not get an inning. The Jet says, "Hey, Ralph, I don't think Keon had anything to do with trading your player. Bless your heart, Ralph." Walter Mellon says, "Not taken away from GCU. Going to date myself a little bit, but back in the day, the Orange Julius was top notch. He was okay. I like orange drink. In fact, I was at this gala last Friday, right? I was all suited up and sitting there with my beautiful wife. And they come over and they're like, would you like some tequila? No, thank you. Would you like some cerveza? I was like, no, I'll have the orange Fanta. And I had it there on the table, and somebody came over and sat down and they're like, are you drinking orange Fanta? I says, yes, but only mostly because I don't give a bleep what anybody here thinks. And everybody's like, okay, noted. Yeah. So I like orange drinks.
Did they, at this gala, did they serve it to you in the can?
No, it was in a glass.
Oh, very good. Very good.
I did the thing where I swirled it and I sniffed it just to
nice.
just to aggravate the snobs at the table.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Orange Julius, it's okay. It's like a slushy, orange slushy. And do they still make that stuff?
Orange slushy?
Kiana, you're too young to remember, but Orange Julius was made largely of leftover Agent Orange from the Vietnam War.
Oh, yeah.
And served the teenagers as we followed girls around the mall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's where that comes from.
I didn't know that. Learn a new thing every day.
Yep.
Big George was like, wow, I got complimented and insulted all in the same sentence. You don't
Yeah,
ever
That's the blender experience.
think that there are limitations on what I can do. Don't you tell me nothing. He says, Jeffrey, I'm smart, but I do say dumb stuff. Yes, I can agree with that assessment of my sports takes. What kind of law are you practicing now? You used to be a prosecutor, but then everybody got out of jail. So then you moved on to doing something else. During George's time as a prosecutor, he had 0 convictions.
I don't think that's true at all.
I'm just talking.
Big
crap.
George it became a prosecutor so he could clean up the mean streets of Phoenix.
Good job.
That's how he got it going.
And now
First
you can leave your doors unlocked in Phoenix. You can just walk around,
Unfortunately,
saying hi to everybody.
George is in Carlsbad, California now, where there are no criminals,
Yeah.
apparently.
Because Carlsbad doesn't extradite. That's why George is there.
Big George, come home. Come home, man.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the system is working a little slow here, but Ralph is
system
still
working.
mad. He says, I am calling for the cancellation of Without Interruption, Keon Rose.
What?
I am so upset. By the way, it's not Without Interruption with Keon Rose. It's Without Interruption, comma, Keon Rose. Don't put the with in there. There's no with. You know that too, right, Keon?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Pierre says, oh, hello, Keon. Randy, Joffrey. I
Yeah.
cheer on my basketball team from the University of Quebec and Montreal as they participate in the Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association tournament. The best teams from all over Canada compete, and my Carabins from the University of Montreal, they win the whole damn thing. Great. Hold on a second. I have something for you.
For Pierre or
Yep. Hold on.
all right.
I found this. Hold on. Sorry.
All
I
right.
found this. And you remember I asked if there were any Canadian teams in the NCAA? There are.
What?
Simon Fraser University in British Columbia is the only school outside of the United States that competes in the NCAA.
How did
Division
that
II
happen?
school in 16 sports, including basketball and soccer. They had a football team until last year, and they were like, we are bad at these. So anyway, so there is one Canadian team, Simon Fraser University.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. Keon, the floor is yours.
My guess is that for some strange reason they have a connection to the NCAA and are therefore an NCAA member school, and somehow connected. It's the best I can give you. I have no idea.
You could have just led with that part. I don't know. That works too.
Well, that's why I said my best guess.
I
I
don't know,
opened with
Keon.
that. I didn't just
In
give you
this
an explanation.
industry, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, you've got to baffle them with, I think you know.
Yeah, I just say, I don't know. Berg says, is Pierre related to the Regiu brothers? Who's that? Do you guys know who that is?
Who?
Who?
Regiu brothers? I don't even know if I'm saying it right because I am not Frenchy French. I'm Googling.
Is Pierre related to the
Perhaps he didn't even spell it right because I Googled it and nothing came up.
Oh,
no, Berg.
it's Wrestling, the fabulous
Oh, shut up. Berg.
Ragos, I guess.
Berg.
Tag team, real life brothers who were in the WWF at the time from 86 to 90. So there, that.
Berg says George would have asked for Sunkissed. All right, something.
That
I
was,
guess
that was
it's
pretty
soda.
good. I mean, that was okay. It was
Yeah,
okay.
by the way, the Rougeau brothers.
Okay.
It's-
Well, you know.
I don't know how to speak French. Big George says, oh, I had plenty of convictions. I had plenty of convictions while I was a prosecutor, but most of them were via plea deals. I won my fair share of trials too, but plea deals, that was my specialty. Yeah, because George would come into the room where they're sitting there handcuffed to the table. 7-foot guy sits down and is like, and then they're like, I'm about to get beat up in here. George just put his hand over the camera. I think you're going to go ahead and take this deal.
What would you like to know?
The Jet says, I was not born in the great state of Arizona.
Neither was I.
Okay.
Yeah, it says,
There's a reason you're saying that, or
What of it?
I don't know.
probably something to do with Orange Julius?
No, the whole, yeah, he says, but I've been here for 15 years, and it blows my mind that Grand Canyon, U of A, and NAU all have better sports program than Arizona State University. What is up with that? Now, it's not always been this way, Jet. It's, we were good at a sport. They were good at a sport. We were not ever bad at all sports. In fact, ASU tops in hockey and baseball, and they're really good at it. They just won some championships.
When did NAU pass ASU?
Oh, that's just in Jet's imagination.
Okay, they've got a good program. It's just when did they become better? I was not familiar with that.
Back to saying nice things about ASU. We have some good sports at ASU, but not necessarily the main sports. Football, it's getting better. It got bad, getting better. Basketball, Bobby effing Hurley. And then baseball were really good. And then hockey were really good. So, Jet, you're only looking at a couple of sports if you think ASU is overall got the worst sports program than some of these other schools. GCU doesn't have a football team. NAU, they're okay. I mean, they are to us what Canada is to the United States. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I can see it.
ASU football could pretty well easily handle NAU football as is right now.
I mean, yes.
So,
I think the answer to that question is yes, and basketball.
I don't think your assessment is entirely correct, Jet. It's just frustrating that for us, we're used to ASU being pretty good at football. At least beating a U of A every year. Good at football. That's all we ever wanted. That's all we ever needed.
Mm-hmm.
Walter Mellon says, useless fact of the day, Fanta was created by the Germans during World War II as Coca-Cola was no longer accessible to them. Fanta? Really? No. You just made that crap up. I'm not even going to look it up. I can't even read that 602 Pats fan. Pinocchio.
Fanta's owned by Coke now, so...
Well, just look up Origins of Fanta. I think it's called, says Pinocchio, without interruption, because Keon doesn't ever take a breath. It's just stream of his consciousness. He says, I loved it on Saturday, by the way.
It wasn't a stream of consciousness. I did have an outline. I followed
what's funny is that was a compliment, but didn't sound like
no.
It was a compliment.
If there was another person on your show, they wouldn't have gotten a word in edgewise.
If Pinocchio enjoyed your stream of consciousness, then that is a compliment. He likes your stream of consciousness,
which I appreciate it. I worked at that. I didn't just show up and start talking. I had a plan.
You never admit to that. Joseph, the friendly German, says, try to decide which version. This is Joseph, the friendly German. I attended Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, British Columbia, where I studied German and art history. They were known as the Mighty Klansmen, but for obvious reasons, they had to change their mascot name to Red Leafs. Wow. Yeah, that's probably a good call right there.
Red Leafs.
It always makes me uncomfortable.
That origin of Coke, Fanta is true.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't order that anymore. Everybody's going to think the wrong thing now.
No, well, nobody knew it.
I thought it was a Spanish drink because
that's all the advertising.
Yes, the Mexican commercials is Fanta, Fanta, Fanta.
Do you wanna Fanta?
Yeah.
And then it's like a bunch of people from Latin America dancing on a screen. Yeah, it's
no
from
wonder
Germany.
all the pale people were still putting their glasses up to me. Oh, geez,
I don't think that's what they were doing.
Oh, they were toasting. Oh, no, this was a code. I didn't mean
it's
to.
funny because Fanta was a German alternative to Coca-Cola, but now actual Coca-Cola owns it. So
still, I
just
don't
a Coke
feel
product now.
Okay, I'm gonna need. What are the other Crush? Give me some Orange Crush.
Orange Crush. That's good old American Orange Crush.
Yeah. Berg is like, yeah, Team Sunkissed. Historian says that is absolutely correct. Fanta was developed by the Germans Coke company in the early 40s. Wow. I had no idea. Mars Bars 805 says there's a better liquid for us all to consider. He says, happy Whiskey Wednesday, guys. I remember Orange Julius inside a...
Oh, wait. Sorry. I didn't want to do that.
Well, that's it, Mars Bars 805. I can't read the rest of your text for 2 minutes.
My bad.
Whistle misfire.
My bad.
Premature whistlation. He says, I remember Orange Julius inside balls in California growing up. Pac-12 tourney started earlier today, and USC took the first game versus Washington. F the Huskies. Okay.
Really?
I'm not reading the rest, Mars Bar. But why did you send me his picture of something from Union Hills? What is all that? Oh, Orange Julius's. Oh, he's showing me where all the Orange Julius's. There's still Orange Julius's out there.
Really? Okay.
They're all in Phoenix, in Glendale, according to his graphic. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pass. But thanks. Heavy Metal Maniac says ASU has something that U of A doesn't have, and it's called the Rose Bowl. And Arizona State always had a pretty decent baseball team, so suck on that, U of A. Absolutely right, Heavy Metal Maniac. Absolutely right. And Walter Mellon says, Jeffrey, say Fanta again, but in your best German accent. I like some Fanta. See, I can't ever do that again. It just feels wrong. Just kind of gross.
And Orange Crush was actually developed to compete with the Fanta. So
by the Germans?
No, by Americans.
Okay, thank you.
There's a competitive. Getting confused here.
After Coke bought Fanta, then was it whatever company had Dr. Pepper? They wanted to compete, so they made Orange Crush.
That's why you need to listen to the Daily Blender on a regular basis, because you learn so much.
Nothing against it, by the way.
Nothing useful, something that might help you on a game show, but still.
Big George says, did you guys see the West Valley will now officially be home to the first Buc-ee's location in the Western United States? I guess Goodyear is where it's going to be, and it'll be 74,000 square feet. Why do you need a convenience store that is that big?
Because it's just a store.
Yeah, it's a more than just a gas up and convenience store. It's a Buc-ee's is an experience, apparently.
It's like it's a convenience mall more than a convenience store. It's just got everything in it. I don't know. It's weird, but kind of fun.
Not sure if I like the direction the Valley's going these days. Ralph from Harmon Solar says, when you got Orange Julius, did you get a raw egg in it? I always did. I think that has a lot more to do with you, Ralph. I mean, on purpose you did that? What are you talking about? The Jet says, probably when we kicked Germany's ass, Coca-Cola went after us and kicked Fanta's ass and then took it. We're a country all about kicking ass.
And just taking things. We beat you in a war. That's ours now.
Moist One says, I prefer Tang. I'm just going to stop you right there.
Let's astronaut drink.
Yes, that's where we're going to leave it.
Yeah, if that's what Moist One meant, which probably I don't think he did. And again,
Brunswick guy says, it's important to note that the current formulation of Fanta with orange flavor was developed in Italy in 1955. So now actually Fanta is Italian now. That explains why I'm always like, there's hair in this. Anyway, all right, we got to take a break. When we come back, more college sports stuff, NBA stuff, just lots of stuff. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NBA tonight, the Lakers are on the road in Sacramento to take on the Kings. The Lakers a 3-point road favorite, minus 144. Sacramento plus 122 on the money line with the over-under of 237.5. The Dallas Mavericks are home tonight to take on Golden State. Warriors will play without Steph Curry, while Luka Doncic has a triple-double in 7 straight games for Dallas. Mavericks a 7-point home favorite, minus 270. Golden State plus 220 with an over-under of 233. And the Portland Trailblazers are home to take on the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta a 3-point road favorite. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-345-2789. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-345-2789. 800-345-2789 or biglou.com.
At BetUS.com, why do we care about a college basketball tournament every March? Where bets mean everything? Because it's March Mania, where glory triumphs and anything can happen. Where underdogs can make or break our hearts. Because it's March Mania, where brackets are broken and buzzers are beaten. And there's always been a sports book there for you and your best buds. Because it's March Mania. BetUS has been with you through 30 Marches together. And like any good six-man, we've always had your back. And because it's March, BetUS.com is matching the mania with a mad offer. Back to back 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And the extra confidence that comes from a 10% gambler's insurance. Because anything can happen during March Mania. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins. Get started today.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, hold on a second. What time does that game start? The ASU game.
I want about 3 minutes if it means we get off the air.
No, it doesn't. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally see it on TV.
I think it's 8:30.
I'm going to try to avoid that because I don't want my heart broken again.
602 Pets fan says, America. Us. I don't understand what you're trying to say, 602 Pats fan. And it's interesting because how did you type a text? It looks like with bold. How did you do that? Or how did you make the us small? I'm very confused by your text. America looks like it's in normal print and us looks like it's in teen. I'm confused. Josef, the friendly German, says, oh yeah, oh wait. It didn't translate. So it's, oh yeah, ich bin mit Fanta. Oh no. I got it. Yeah, I grew up with Fanta and Mezzo Mix. Mezzo Mix was a combination of Coca-Cola and orange soda developed in West Germany. It's delicious.
An orange soda made out of Coca-Cola and orange. Huh.
602 Pats fan says, it was actually supposed to be an emoji of the American flag, not us. Oh. Okay, I don't know what kind of phone you're using, but it did not come to me that way. America. Jet says, do Big George and Big Lou hang out together? Well, George is on meds too. Ralph says, oh, he's explaining earlier. He says, when you got Orange Julius, did you get a raw egg in it? He says, I always did. He says, they offered a raw egg in the drink, made it creamier. Dude, that's just a good way to get very sick.
Well, they would whip it up in the drink, right?
I didn't make it less salmonella. That just made it, so you're not sitting there chewing on yolk. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Well, if you whip it up, you're not going to know it's disgusting. You just.
I still would know there's raw egg that's been mixed up in this damn thing.
Yeah, whip it good.
Never. I bet they don't serve that anymore.
They couldn't. That seems like a health hazard.
Well, what you do though, what would you do? How do you? Maybe I don't know. You use egg whites or something, but it's just raw still. I don't know. Oh, that's just wrong. Moist One just sent a text with font. I didn't know you could text fonts. He sent a text that was in fancy. It says, except George is only on wife number 1. Why would you send that in fancy font? Wow, that's very confusing. And now everybody's going to send me dumb fonts. And
the fourth dimension is now stepping up a new level of their text game.
What's this fifth letter?
As long as they don't use that font that Cam Newton got obsessed with for a while, where you're trying to read it and it hurts your eyes to read. It just,
I've seen that.
Ugh.
Doritos. Somebody's drinking a bottle of Doritos. I don't know what that is.
Unless they're saying that is the superior orange soda. And I would have to agree.
Big Lou's on wife number 2, says Moist One.
All right.
This is Wednesday. Wednesday's the new Friday on this show.
Apparently Wednesday's the new Friday. Yeah.
Berg says, if we're talking openings, what about the new water park next to Randy? The Six Flags. Have you seen that?
Next to me?
Evidently, it's right next to you. Huh. Your neighbor kid's got a slip and slide, and he is charging people.
Is that what it is?
That's why you have all those cars lined up and down the street there. Beer Bob says there's a lot of drinks that still use egg whites. Yeah. What drinks?
Oh, alcoholic drinks. Yeah. Mixed beverages. There's a few of them that have the egg white in there. Yeah.
See, no.
I can't think of, let's see here. Drinks with egg white. Let's see here.
This is why I'm safe with whiskey and or beer. I had no idea that people were sticking raw egg salmonella into their alcoholic beverages. Or does the alcohol kill the salmonella? Orange Julius doesn't. Give me an Orange Julius with vodka in it. Now I got something for you.
So there's a classic gin fizz cocktail that's made with a gin sour that's made with an egg white. An amaretto sour, classic amaretto sour is made with an egg white.
You can stop because I'm not drinking any of this crap.
Whiskey sour.
Yeah. Whiskey sour puts egg whites in it?
Yeah. That makes the froth at the top of the drink.
Oh, yeah. I'm just drinking whiskey. Hold the sour. Gross. Fifth letter says Doritos is the superior orange soda.
Agreed.
I'll try it sometime. Never had it. Is that Spanish?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? It's Mexican.
Yeah.
Can you get it in regular stores, or do you have to go down a certain aisle?
I think you can get in regular stores. You can get in like Walmart and Fry's and stuff.
Well, I will definitely try that fifth letter. Thanks for the heads up on that.
And they've got different flavors too, but the orange is really good.
602 Pats fan. I'm going to talk about that in mere moments. And sorry for your loss. Swazman says, when I lived in Germany, the Germans loved this soda called Mesomix. Yeah, it was orange soda and Coca-Cola mixed. It was all right. All right, well, I don't want to talk about this anymore because the egg thing is just making my stomach feel all kind of weird. So, Caitlin Clark, what championship did she win just the other day? What was that?
Big Ten regular season.
So she's going on to the women's NCAA tournament, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are they looking good to win the whole damn thing?
I mean, they're one of the teams. It's a solid squad. It's just that she's clearly the dominant scorer on the team. There are teams that are better than Iowa, though, so we'll see. But
when Iowa won the Big Ten championship, she had a picture taken sitting in the shower that was very reminiscent. I don't know if it was on purpose or if it was just by accident, but very similar to the picture of Kobe, when he won an NBA championship. And so I don't know if she's purposely trying to recreate it.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, because she's talked about how he basically has always been her favorite player and stuff.
Well, and he's always been very supportive of women's sports because he's got daughters, and he was very involved, and always pro women's sports and stuff. So okay,
Sabrina Ionescu basically owes the fact that we know anything about her to Kobe because he was the one that was like, she can play, and so that's kind of.
So that's nice, I guess. Now that she has recreated the shower picture with the trophy, she's now going to have to head to Colorado, check into a hotel, and what comes next. So that's what she will need to do next.
I don't think you should recreate that part. No, nobody should. Really.
If you want to be great like Kobe, that's what Caitlin Clark is going to have to do. You want to be great, Caitlin? Do you want to be great?
I don't think you need to do that part.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. He was actually great before he did that. So
she could totally get away with it because he did, right? So
I don't think that's how that works either.
Fifth letter says, Jeffrey, I hate you right now again. He's a big Lakers fan.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He followed it with an LOL. That's the part. You can hate me, but you're still laughing. So anyway,
just like getting a compliment and being insulted together.
I'm working it.
It's the Blender way.
I'm working it. So, all right. So congratulations to the Knicks for doing something you don't see very often on a basketball court these days. They play defense.
Well, that's the Knicks. I mean, Tom Thibodeau.
They play defense. They just became the first team since 2012 to hold 3 consecutive opponents below 80 points. That has not happened for a long time. That will probably never happen again.
I don't care how good you are at scoring the basketball. If you play for Tom Thibodeau and you ever want to see the floor, you better lock somebody up because there's no other way. You have to play good defense for him. He is like the coach that preaches it harder than everybody else. And I don't know if that necessarily results in championships, but damn it, it's fun to watch.
Don't get used to it. This is the NBA.
I mean, he's still Tom Thibodeau. He's been this the whole time. Because you'll get traded. He's not playing around. There is no way to stay on that team and not play defense.
Wilbur says the Knicks allowed their opponents to score less than you and Randy and Keon scored at your guys' proms.
Who said that?
Your mother didn't complain, Wilbur. The Jet says, speaking of getting a compliment and getting burned right away, my wife did that to me. She said, my penis is larger than my brother's. Oh. That's a compliment, but yeah. It automatically comes with something you don't want to hear. Wow. So do we have any word on Kawhi Leonard? Because the Clippers are sort of falling apart. Kawhi Leonard, he's like, my back. And he just walked right out of the arena. He didn't go to the locker room. He just got in the car and drove away. Thoracic spasms. Was it, which one of those movies was it? Jurassic Park 2, Thoracic spasms, then there's Jurassic Underworld, whichever that was. But yeah, he just walked right out of Crypto.com Arena and kept on going. He says, I can't sit down. I can't watch the game. And it's like I can't stand around. So now no Russell Westbrook. He broke his hand. No Kawhi Leonard. He's got a bad back. How long are they expecting him to be out? Because this is, they have more firepower than the Suns. Well, they don't anymore.
Well,
but I mean,
when healthy, that's
right.
the same. It's the same boat.
I want Kawhi Leonard to take his time in getting healthy.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
If he can't sit down because of these thoracic spasms, did he walk home?
He probably laid down in the backseat.
Okay.
You can't sit. I mean, or he stood up and he's standing in the sunroof.
Take a bus?
No, he's standing up like he was poking halfway out of the sunroof. Right.
This is perplexing to me.
And he's probably just standing there like, in the movies where you're standing there in the sunroof and you're like driving around the road going, woo! woo, but instead he's like, low bridge, because he's tall.
Because he's tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to need him. They're saying he's questionable for whenever they play next. I don't know how that's possible. Like if you've got back spasms, and I did have back spasms at one point in my life, and I worked in a warehouse. Yeah, it's not fun. You can't like your back just locks up and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You're just stuck until it decides that it's done locking up, and then you can move again.
Did you did you fall down on the ground and call your boss going, I hurt my back. I can't move. Oh my God. Did you do that?
No, I finished.
Oh, because somebody who works for CRC Broadcasting had made that call to me. It was the funniest damn thing.
Oh no. No, I finished my shift and got home and I took a nap, and when I woke up I couldn't move.
Randy knows exactly who I'm talking about.
You're gonna have to tell me that story later, because
my back. I can't move my back. He's like crying like a girl. Oh my God. Just like felt like I didn't know what to say. I was just like, well, that sucks, Mike. Just had to get off the phone. It was disgusting. Lack of manliness. Anyway, what were we doing?
I was just saying back spasms suck.
Yeah.
And they're saying he's questionable for Thursday, and I don't know how. But yeah, without Westbrook and without Kawhi,
Well,
that's going to be a problem.
I'm sure he's getting therapy. I'm sure that the team doctor's been in touch. He's probably getting some muscle relaxers to help the back, relax and release. And again, he's probably getting physical therapy.
I'm sure he is, but man,
Mr. Wilbur, no, I wasn't talking about Ralph. In fact, this is not anybody in Phoenix. This was somebody somewhere else. Palm Springs. Anyway, wasn't that guy either, Moisland. Wasn't that guy either. I don't know what to do. I can't do my show. And I get it. Your back hurts, but you're sickening me right now.
Yeah,
but I can't be a part of this.
It's just if you're not doing manual labor, personally, I don't know if I would complain about that. Because I hurt my back doing a minimum wage job. I had rent to pay.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get my ass back to work. That's
this guy was rolling around on his new soft carpet. You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand that. it doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, everybody. Robot Chicken is back. Robot Chicken says, hello, my friends. What's a thoracic spasm? Never heard this word before. Thoracic. And I might be pronouncing it wrong.
I don't think you are.
No, that's right.
No.
Thoracic.
His thoracic hurts. Why don't you get off his thoracic, Robot Chicken? Give him a little space. What, you calling him a liar? Robot Chicken just came out just to call this guy a liar.
I don't know why you would do that. Kawhi is such a nice guy.
And he's really tough. I mean, the injuries that he has that he's struggled through, those are all real injuries.
I don't know what a thoracic is.
It's the part of your spine that's in the middle of your back. Yeah, like right below your neck, but above your, like where the arch of your back is, like that area right there.
Oh, look, I did. Yes, the doctor is in. Screaming Eagle says, you pronounce thoracic perfectly. I thank you, sir. I thank you. I just, I saw the word. I've never said the word. I tried. I appreciate that. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about whether or not Michael Jordan will ever apologize to Isaiah Thomas. Because he called him an a-hole. And Isaiah Thomas wants an apology. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Can't sleep with this cold.
Honey.
Honey?
Honey, you need NyQuil Severe Honey.
NyQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a dreamy honey taste.
Feeling better, honey? Honey? I'll take that as a yes.
Try NyQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu symptom relief. NyQuil Severe with honey flavor. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever. Honeylicious, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You know, it seems like everybody's talking about the traffic on Valley Roads these days. You know what else everybody's talking about? The absolute best restaurant to take your family and friends to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. Now with 2 Valley locations. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection on Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily from 6 p.m. and enjoy outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for spring training, March Madness, or just to enjoy the Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. You take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 locations, Scottsdale and now in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's Kasai Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. Arizona has a shortage of teachers and a need to improve students' proficiency in reading and math. We need to increase teachers' income, which they deserve, and to increase students' proficiency, which is my highest priority. I'm therefore providing $40 million for free one-on-one tutoring for all students, first grade through high school, regardless of proficiency level. Learn more today at azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of overtime or a shot on goal in the first period, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
I'm here to tell you about a technological shocker. Believe it or not, you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
That's shocking.
Wow. What a world we live in. All you have to do is say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Pleasure here on 1580 The Fanatic. Robot Chicken says, I do not question the veracity. I do not. Of the Kawhi Leonard. I do not question his veracity. Nah, I tried. It's a thinky wheel of death. Sometimes I get away with it. Sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But he says, but I've never heard of the thoracic part of the body. Thank you, Keon, for explaining the meaning of that part of the body. I think that's my favorite body part on a woman, the curve of her back. So are you turned on or turned off by a woman with scoliosis?
Because on one hand, it's scoliosis.
On the other hand, it's 2 curves of her back. That might be even sexier. I got a gal who looks like an S when she puts on a, turtleneck sweater. That's great. Say, where's my little dollar sign? Where's she at?
Whole different meaning to moneymaker.
I guess so. All right, let's talk about this whole thing with Michael Jordan. I don't think Michael Jordan cares that Isaiah Thomas is mad at him. Remember when we were all in the COVID watching The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan story, his love story to Michael Jordan by Michael Jordan, and he called Isaiah Thomas an a-hole in the whole thing, and so now Isaiah Thomas has been telling anybody who will listen he still wants an apology. He says the dude got on national television, international television,
Yeah.
called me an a-hole. Somebody who's been really good to him. And until he apologizes on international television, no conversation. Okay, how has Isaiah Thomas been really good to Michael Jordan?
I have no
Maybe.
idea. Did he just not outwardly insult him? I don't know
Maybe
exactly.
he didn't talk poorly about Michael Jordan,
Which, there is beef there. Like they never liked each other. They weren't friends.
Does Isaiah Thomas ever stop to think maybe he really is an a-hole? And that's just accuracy in reporting?
No, but nobody ever thinks that. And I'm not sure Isaiah Thomas is. I think
Accuracy in reporting.
I think that because remember the Bulls and the Pistons were rivals, and some of those games just got so heated. And of course, when the Bulls were finally able to vanquish the Pistons, Isaiah and Lambeer and all those guys walked off the court and everything, and like didn't shake hands with them. Jordan never liked him for that. And then fast forward to the Dream Team, and Jordan keeps him off the team. That Jordan hasn't liked Isaiah for like 30 years. So it's not
petty
new.
then. He's petty now. You're wanting an apology means nothing.
He didn't apologize from keeping you off of the most historic collection of basketball players we have ever seen on one unit. If he didn't apologize for that, and he's not sorry, then him calling you an a-hole is quite frankly A, less hurtful than that, and B, less likely to happen.
I don't care if somebody calls me an a-hole as long as they get the facts of whatever it is straight. You know what I'm saying? Because your perception of me, maybe I am the a-hole in your story, but that doesn't mean you're right about what just happened. I may come across to you as that way, but from my context, my perception, well, we might have a different story. But so if somebody was like, Jeffrey O'Brien's an a-hole, I'm like, all right. But if they say that Jeffrey O'Brien, he loves Dr. Pepper, I'm like, whoa, now I'm demanding clarification and apologies. Just get the facts straight. You can have your opinion of me. And Isaiah Thomas, by demanding Michael Jordan put his grudge down and decide to say, I'm sorry, called you an a-hole. That just, the ego, it kind of makes, you know what? Because of this, Isaiah Thomas, you're an a-hole. The fact that you want this screams a-hole, doesn't it?
I don't know if it screams
Who do you
a-hole.
think you are, man?
It's just you've got your priorities all backwards.
And if Michael Jordan was demanding an apology for something, then who does he think he is?
Mm.
No, there'll be no apology.
I mean, you're allowed to ask for one. Like if you think you've actually been wronged. The problem I have is Michael Jordan hasn't corrected anything that Isaiah Thomas has perceived as a slight or wrong for 30 years
40.
or more.
Yeah, I think 40.
So at what point does Isaiah Thomas just not get the message? Jordan is never apologizing to you.
Yeah.
It's not coming. Like it just, the purpose in asking for this, if you genuinely would like an apology, I assume would be to receive the apology. And short of picking up the phone and calling Michael Jordan, I don't know how you get it. Because if you make it a public thing, he's definitely not doing that.
No, he says he doesn't want it in private. He says you can't apologize and have a private dinner, and when you're done, embarrass me publicly. If you didn't mean it, say it publicly.
I think Michael did mean it, and that's why he said it.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Jordan has never at any point in his life been a guy to hold his tongue and not say the thing that he wants to say. He's always told you exactly what he feels about people. If he doesn't like somebody, he'll let him know. And he's done that many times with Isaiah Thomas to the point where it's quite frankly old news that Michael Jordan doesn't like him. I don't know why Isaiah Thomas wants this so bad, but he does.
Did Isaiah Thomas need to apologize for that sexual harassment thing back 2 years ago?
I mean, he probably should have, but I don't know that he did.
Just curious.
Don't know that he did.
Nucha Brown may want an apology, maybe. Thanks, Chicken Stiffy. Chicken Stiffy brought that to my attention. Fifth letter says, when you guys play that Burn in Hell Lakers song, The first thought that comes to my mind is, damn a-holes. You mean this song right here? This song?
You mean
Burn in hell, Lakers! Burn in hell, Lakers! Shut the hell up, Ralph!
You mean
He
that
says,
one?
Yeah, gonna need an apology every time. Guess where you're not gonna get it.
Isaiah Thomas has a better chance of getting an apology from MJ.
Yep. I'd like to apologize for absolutely nothing. Wilbur says, I'm still waiting for a written apology from Jeffrey, but chances are I probably couldn't read it anyway. Yeah,
You can't read what don't exist, my friend.
Here, hold it. If I take this part of my pen, the top part, and I just start making little bumps in the paper.
Oh my God.
With that, I'm trying to.
I don't think he could feel his TV or
I'm
video
doing
screen. No,
I'm doing Braille.
Yeah. Yep.
I just called him an a-hole in Braille. That's amazing.
Mhm. I think
Thank you.
so. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Isaiah Thomas, you will die waiting by the phone. And that's the way it works. And that's the way it should be. Hey, we got some guys who don't even get to play baseball this year. They just, Lucas Giolito. Is that how you say his name?
Yes.
Yeah, he is out for the season. He had some elbow surgery. So sorry, Berg. Sorry, Red Sox. Again, I don't care about the Red Sox except for when they play the Yankees, and that's when I want them to win. But outside of that, I hate to see a guy lose his season. Also losing his season, and this is hard for me because, again, we don't ever like to see players injured, but it is a Yankee. Garrett Cole has been shut down, but he's going to go visit some experts about his right elbow. So
Last I heard is 1 to 2 months.
I enjoy the fact that the Yankees are hurting now and suffering.
Yep.
But I don't wish any ill will towards the human being, Garrett Cole. The Yankee.
Yep.
Okay. Just
it's a fine line to walk, but
I hope Dr. Elatrache is booked.
I think he'll probably find an opening.
Just saying. Anyway, so those guys ain't going to be playing baseball anytime soon. So also not playing their sport anytime soon. Matt Rempe, the goon from the Rangers. The Rangers forward. Did I say his name right? Matt Rempe. Yeah. I saw the play where he comes up and just elbows a guy. Yeah, they're making a big deal out of it. Yes, it hurt. But he just got suspended 4 games for that. And everybody's like, I lost all respect for him after this. And blah, 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 blah. Dude, that's just hockey. That was like a love tap. That was not a big deal. I can't believe they're making a big damn deal out of this. But they're saying, we do not believe this incidental contact as a player is bracing for the boards or another player. He says, it wasn't like, they are like, he hit him on purpose. And after a hit like that, it goes without saying that you should answer the bell in some way and be a man about it. Game goes on and he throws another hit like that and gets kicked out. There's a right way to go about things and a wrong way.
Well, he is gaining a reputation of being a goon very quickly. Yeah,
he's a goon. And
he broke a guy's nose. I don't know, not too long ago, and then he did it, and then he did it again. And that's what he got the 4-game suspension for.
Well, so, if you're a hockey player and you're not watching out for someone tends to goon, then a little bit of that is on you. You've got to have your head on a swivel. You've got to be ready.
I think it's the elbow to the head that's specifically the
issue. Guess what? Be ready.
I get
see
that,
him coming. Be ready for
it. They're trying to do what the NFL's doing and reduce some of these concussions. If a guy is coming and if you don't see him, which happens, you're a human being. We all have blind spots. You catch an elbow to the face.
I saw the video, and the guy clearly saw him coming.
Okay. Yeah, he looked out. He saw him, and he comes up. It's like, you're just going to leave your mitts down? What's going on, man? You know what this guy is coming to you for.
Still, maybe he didn't expect him to go at his face with the elbow. Maybe.
Yeah, you always expect that. No matter what, you expect anything with this guy. He's a goon. Moist One says the Rempire
boy.
State Building.
Oh, I thought that was going to be worse.
It wasn't bad. Actually, it was not bad at all.
It really wasn't. I'm
All right,
relieved.
guys, we got a lot of NFL free agency stuff to talk about and other things too. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Dude Wipes presents Bathe Your Bum. While TP may appear to clear your rear, it actually leaves behind dry, pilly gifts, clinging inside your rump's rounded rift. There's no bigger bummer than a B-crack to thwack. You need extra large wet strength for an effective attack. To fully wash stains, stinkies, crispies, and crumbs, it's time to ditch the dry paper and bathe your bum-bum. Your dum-dum deserves it so plump and so round. Use wet, flushable Dude Wipes for the best clean, pants down.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
There's a reason why conventional healthcare is referred to as practicing medicine. Hi, this is Dr. Hannah Lindsay. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. I regularly see patients with a variety of acute and chronic health conditions, including many autoimmune and rheumatological diseases. We can restore pain-free joint function and balance immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and overall well-being. We emphasize natural and holistic interventions with lifestyle changes and take advantage of the full palette of care options from traditional remedies to modern science. We collaborate with experts in a wide range of health disciplines, including physical therapists and specialist physicians, referring patients as needed to ensure the most effective care possible. So how about a second opinion on your health? You might just end up feeling like yourself again. Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161, or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every touchdown, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm an Arizona truck driver. I deliver food, medicine, supplies, and hope.
And during times of crisis, I support our communities. But every day I see people putting lives and families at risk.
Distracted driving is deadly, period. Be aware, be safe, and visit sharetheroadaz.com and find tips on how to drive safely around trucks.
This message is sponsored by the Arizona Trucking Association Foundation.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose drinking water in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Big George says, I feel bad for Garrett Cole. I don't know why you feel bad for Garrett Cole. Isn't all the money guaranteed anyway? Yes. So he's getting paid.
But being injured still sucks.
Yeah, it even says he doesn't hurt. There's just discomfort. There's just discomfort, and he's getting it looked at. So even then, it's not that bad. You know, he's a Yankee. I'm just glad he's not playing. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. So you don't got to weep for Garrett Cole, Yankees player. You just well, I don't know the philosophy. Don't be sad because it's over. Just smile because it's a Yankee who's hurt. I don't know. I guess he's George says, yeah, he's been plagued by injuries his whole time with the Yankees. It's called karma. Maybe Blake Snell will find a home in New York with the Yankees now, says George. I don't want the Yankees to have nice things.
Well, they're talking about Dylan Cease, and that's a White Sox pitcher, and the Diamondbacks were actually going to go after Dylan Cease to add to their bullpen. That was supposed to be sort of a late report type of thing. The Diamondbacks have been trying to work a deal to bring in Dylan Cease. Now, for all it's worth, I don't know what's wrong with Blake Snell, over in San Diego. I mean, the guy, he has a 7 good innings in him. I mean, isn't that what the modern pitcher's supposed to do? You can't put him out there in the 7th inning. I mean, you got to be ready to go with a reliever. But why Blake Snell is just kind of sitting around is mind-boggling to me. And I wish the Diamondbacks would either, put up or shut up about the Dylan Cease thing. I'm tired of hearing about all these quote-unquote rumors that Blake Snell or the Diamond, because now the Yankees can just go out and get him.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish they would have already pulled the trigger on this move and brought the guy in.
I think we might have some breaking news breaking right now. I think we may have some breaking news.
Breaking news,
trying
breaking
to
right
verify
now.
it.
Here it is. Breaking news, breaking right now.
Since I haven't been able to verify it yet, I've seen it from 2 different texters, so we'll go with it. Desert Llama says the Cardinals just made a great mistake by cutting DJ Humphries to save cap space. We could have had a top 10 O-line with great depth next season with DJ, Paris Johnson, and draft O-line with our later first-round pick, but DJ Humphries evidently has been sent down the driveway.
That is legit. That's
Hamilton
from
Porter says that as well.
azcardinals.com.
Wow. Okay. Well, somebody's going to pick him up like in 3 seconds. Right.
It's probably already been picked up.
We'll keep an eye on that. But what in the hell is your team doing, Randy?
I have no idea.
Why do they
You
need the
some-
cap
You
space?
need some offensive help, and you get rid of a guy like DJ Humphrey. Now, I will say this: DJ Humphreys has had a bit of an injury history, but he is a
$22 million cap hit.
He is a quality offensive lineman. If you can keep him upright and keep him in the lineup, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't figure it out. Can't figure it out. Maybe they've got their eye on somebody else.
Niner Napolis says DJ Humphries won't play most of the year. Is that are you saying because he gets injured so much, or are you saying because he's currently injured or suspended or something? Need more info on this old DJ Humphries thing. He tore his ACL last year.
Yeah, and the salary for next year for him is going to be a base salary of $15 million. So he was a deal before, but $4 million a year. That's going to jump up to 15, and for one of those years he's not going to play. And they released him because they had a potential out in the contract for that. So
and plus he's 30 years old too. It's not like he's a young, spry individual. So
30 ACL tear, jump in contract in base salary. So the Cardinals are trying to basically say, if we get a guy that's around that quality, or even a guy that's below that, that's just a very average lineman, you'd still be doing better because A, they'd actually be playing, and B, they'd be cheaper probably.
Big George says, Jeffrey, isn't it obvious? Cardinals are already preparing to tank again for the upcoming season so they can easily get rid of Kyler Murray and draft that kid from Texas next year.
I don't think that this is how you go about doing that, but all right, because you would still need a roster for anybody you'd like to draft for next year.
Well, hear him out. Let me ask you one important question. Does Monty Awesome Fart drink?
I mean,
have no idea.
Not to my knowledge at at levels that would cause your judgment to be poor. It seems like there are
a bunch of a bald man's level of drunkenness. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is there are actually a few good reasons to make this happen.
Yeah, I don't think that this is a big mistake. I mean, again, he's a guy that has had some injury problems in his career, and And like I said, he's injured, and the bump in pay, I could see why they're doing it.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay him triple next year what they were paying him this last year to not play for one of the years.
Slow-Mo Zoe just sent 5 words on this text line that I really didn't want to hear. But they're actually smart words, possible words, but not words I want to hear. Slow-Mo Zoe texts in, Trevor Bauer to the Yankees? Oh, no.
No.
Maybe.
Hadn't considered that one.
Maybe.
Oh, no. Why? Why would you even bring that up, Slow-Mo Zoe? God, I hope not. Anyways, Pull the Plug says, Cardinals always find a way to suck. Yeah, but they got this new GM, so, let's not be too hasty.
I don't think they're going to suck. I really believe that Monty Ossenfort is a move in the right direction for this franchise. And I think this guy, let's just wait and see. I mean, a lot of people were impressed with what he did in the last year's NFL draft.
It was a good draft.
And there wasn't a lot of criticism about what was going on in the draft with the Cardinals. Yeah, they made some bad business moves by paying Cliff and Steve Keim and all that, but
that was the regime before.
Yeah, let's just wait and see what he does. Obviously, he's going to replace DJ Humphries. Obviously, that's something that's going to happen. And there's some quality linemen that are in the draft, this upcoming draft. So we'll have to wait and see. Or free agency is still going on. So.
Well, the new league year started about 3 hours ago. So happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So now all the stuff that's happening can be made official and whatnot. So we've got a lot of free agency football to talk about, stuff that's happening, stuff that happens, stuff that's about to happen. But listen, we're also getting set up and ready for the March Madness. We're getting ready for the basketball, and you guys need to get ready by realizing that BetUS Sportsbook Casino has some amazing deals. Time for March Mania basketball, and they got a crazy offer. Deposit $200 and play with $450, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS.com. Head on over there and try it out. 125% sign up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And then, like I said, that 10% gambler's insurance, go to betus.com. All right, let's get back to it. Let's talk about the things that are happening for the Arizona Cardinals, Randy. So yes, DJ Humphries no longer with the club to save some money. Okay, so that's a business decision. I got you. But here's the thing. DJ Humphries, please remind me, and I want the court reporter to read it back. What position did DJ Humphries play?
Offensive line. He was a tackle.
Oh, he was a tackle. I thought he was a center.
No.
Okay, good. Because the Cardinals have signed center Keith Ismail to a 1-year deal. So now you'll have a backup in Keith Ismail.
Well,
who
and there we
is
go.
Your center though, normally.
I can't think of his name right now.
Bob Boberson is the center for the Arizona Cardinals. So he'll be fine.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
You know where you got Ismail? Or he used to be with the Commandos.
Bob Boberson?
Bob Boberson. No, the Keith Ismail used to be with
him.
Yeah.
And I have nothing to say because he didn't really play.
Yeah. Well, he's a backup. She's a backup. So, all right. Anyway, hey, and my Colts went ahead and re-signed Ronnie Harrison. He's a pretty good linebacker, so I'm pretty happy about that. The Colts are getting their business done, but nobody's doing more business than the Commandos. I feel like every time I blink, I see another Commando signing and re-signing and people coming over from the Cowboys and from other places. So when I see I got Ronnie Harrison back, and also they re-signed Jannard Avery. I was like, okay, that's good. I don't know if when's he ever going to play? He's been hurt forever. But they say, he's ready to go again. So I guess we'll see. When he's playing, he's a pretty good defensive player, but yeah. So that's it from my Colts. The Commandos re-signed Jeremy Reeves.
Yeah, it's a good one. He's a good football player.
Okay. Yeah, another good defensive guy. But yeah, you guys are
they had
very busy.
They had the most cap space in the entire league going into free agency. And essentially what it appears to have happened is that Adam Peters and everybody rolled in, took one look at that roster and went, oh no, we're gonna have to fix all of this. And they released many people. And now they're signing a bunch of people to replace those guys. So here we are. They are cleaning up. And what I like about the signings the most is that they're not chasing every big name that's out there. They're just making sensible signings. You know, when you look at a guy and go, isn't he washed up? That person's making very little money on a 1-year deal. 1 year, bunch of guys on 1 year prove it deals, I've noticed. So that's smart. That's sound. And you don't end up tying up your cap space for the next 5 years, you know, with a player that might be good, but might not be.
Well, let's take a look at what some of the other teams are doing. And yes, Beer Bob, you are correct. Calvin Ridley and the Titans have agreed to a 4-year, $92 million contract. Dude got paid. Good for him. Now he can gamble even more. So yes, Calvin Ridley, nicely done. Lost Toby says, I don't think the Cardinals are going to suck. Well, that's awfully nice of Lost Toby to say.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to suck.
He says, I know they're going to suck.
Oh my God.
Walked into that one, didn't I?
That was kind of rude.
Mm-hmm.
Desert Llama says, unless we're planning on aiming for the playoffs, you just don't cut a player like DJ Humphries.
He was injured.
He's had injury history, and we saved cap by cutting him, but the upside on next season was looking huge.
He's injured right now. What upside?
Yeah, he wasn't going to be playing this coming weekend or this coming season.
And if you're going to pay a guy $15 million to not play for you,
right,
an average player or replacement level player for, you know, a third the money just makes more sense with the salary cap to worry about.
Hamilton Porter says March Madness, aka Blender's 2-week vacation. It's actually not true. It's a 1 week sort of vacation spread out over 2 weeks.
It's a handful of days. That's all it is.
Yeah. It ain't what it used to be.
No.
I don't know what it used to be. Berg says that is stupid money. I wonder if Calvin Ridley, hit the over on the value of his contract. Prison Wallet says, what's the definition of the Cardinals not sucking, winning 5, maybe 6 games?
Yeah, it's a step forward.
I'll have to wait and see.
I would say over 500. Anything over 500 is them not sucking.
I mean, I could see that. I have to wait and see. It's impossible to make any sort of prognostication because you don't know who's on the team yet. You've only got a few guys that you know for sure are on the team. We just got rid of DJ Humphries. He was going to be injured. Who's going to replace him? You know.
Hefty Lefty says the Broncos wish they were paying $15 million for a player not to play for them.
Yeah, that's true.
No, the Broncos decided to basically say, "Hold my beer," and
we're all in on paying Russell Wilson to not be here.
Yeah, pay a guy $85 million to not be here. The crazy thing about the Broncos doing this is it's historic. The amount of dead money they have from the Russell Wilson deal on their books, and it's the most dead money that any team has ever had from a single player. And it's like all the next 4 in the top 5. It's all of those combined. It's just $85 million is a lot of money to pay someone not to play football for you. That's insane.
Prison Wallet says, wait and see. Sucking is sucking. Less than 8 wins and you suck.
I disagree with that. It's just
I kind of agree with that.
I think you have to. No, I don't know. I think you have to know what you
don't
are.
have to agree with that, but
where you are. Like if you are a team that's rebuilding, for a team that's in year 2 of a rebuild, what's reasonable to ask?
Well, in your rebuild sucking.
Yeah, if we're not 500, we suck.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Desert Llama says, apologies. I was talking about 2025. And yes, it makes sense now. But watch DJ have a great season afterwards.
Well,
he does.
Okay, maybe, but he's 30 years old and he's coming off an ACL tear. I doubt that anybody's going to pay him the kind of money he was making here in Arizona.
And
I mean, I just doubt it.
And it's a deep tackle draft. You could quite frankly replace DJ Humphries with another tackle for far less money than you were paying him and would have been paying him next year and the year after. Only one of those years would he actually be playing football for you.
President Wallet says, okay, 5 wins. You suck slightly less than last year, but you still suck with less than 8 wins.
Yeah, I don't know. Debatable. If you're playing in a tough division, for instance, the NFC South this year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made the playoffs. Strong argument they would have been a below 500 team in basically every other division. So and the teams that were competing with them that almost got in, the Falcons almost got in, the Saints almost got in.
That's it. We're moving to the NFC South.
Those teams suck, but like.
602 Pats fan says the Broncos got bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
How did they get bamboozled
themselves?
Nobody asked them to make that trade. Nobody asked them to sign that extension. They chose to do both of those things.
Yep.
No one forced them. That's just bad management.
Broncos equal derp. Swazman says, Keon, Russell Wilson could be the Bobby Bonilla of football, getting checks from your former employee year after year after year after year. Hamilton Porter says, Olu Fashanu. Problem solved.
Guy's a great tackle.
Great name. President Wallet says, okay, can we agree? If you don't make the playoffs, you suck. No, I think that's a bit farther than I want to go.
Because again, divisions, you win the division, you're in the playoffs. All divisions are not created equal.
Okay, hold on here. Now, there are 5 9 and 8 teams. 5 9 and 8 teams who did not make the playoffs. There are 2 9 and 8 teams that went all the way to the division. So yeah, I'm sorry. Under 500, you kind of suck.
In 2020, the Commanders made the playoffs. They were 7 and 9. Would you have argued that the team didn't suck?
There are 13 teams that suck.
They very much did suck and just went on a hot streak and made the playoffs. That's just
all right. So let's go down the list of suckage. So under my thought process, 9 and 8, did the New Orleans Saints suck? They kind of sucked.
Yeah,
they did suck.
They did suck. Like they're above 500, but that first off, that division is a weak division.
But we can agree everybody under 500 sucked. That's easy. Did the Colts suck? They were hot and cold suckage.
Yeah, it's weird because they had games where they were actually good, and then the games where they were bad, they were truly awful.
Yeah. Seattle Seahawks, they sucked, and then they didn't suck, then they sucked, then they didn't suck.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars, they sucked at the wrong time, just like the Bengals did.
Yeah, they underachieved, I would say, more than they sucked.
Bengals in Jacksonville, well, I think Bengals had some issues.
The Bengals sucked in large part because Joe Burrow wasn't out there.
Joe Burrow, yeah.
Joe Cool.
I would say anybody who's 10 and over 10 wins or more does not suck. Anybody who's 9 wins probably doesn't suck, but you always got to allow for that one that snuck in there. And then anybody under 500, they suck. Yeah. And here are the teams that suck: Las Vegas, Denver, Minnesota, the Jets, Chicago, Atlanta, Tennessee, the Giants, the Chargers. Sorry, Randy. Arizona Cardinals, New England Patriots, Washington Commandos, and the Bears. Yeah. Can you take any issue with that list of suckage?
I can't take anybody off that list. I don't think. Yeah.
So I think that we have found the line, the Mason-Dixon line of suckage. And that is, you got to be over 500. So we say you don't suck, but you still might.
And I also just think that Mike Tomlin is coaching teams that might suck to above the level of suck.
Oh, that's true.
It's just like you look at their roster and you're like, how did you guys win?
How did they get
games?
to 10 and 7?
I just have no idea, but here we are.
Prison Wallet says, I agree. Under 500, you suck. All right. Digital handshake. Good sir. We have an agreement. But with this, we have to take a break. We'll come back, talk more football free agency. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth, and if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS is raising the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes, and further rate hikes are expected. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. So if you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. In fact, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Attention business owners, do you need zero money down financing on new or used equipment? Meet Dylan Cohen at JR Capital, your gateway to equipment financing that breaks the mold. JR Capital offers zero money down financing options on both new and used equipment, vehicles, heavy machinery, and more. It's a game changer, giving you the power to enhance your operations without slowing you down or denting your cash flow. Need a boost in working capital or a flexible line of credit? Dylan can help your business get the cash flow it needs fast. The process is a breeze too, with a simple application and same-day approvals. No more waiting, no more hassle. Just a straightforward path to securing the funds you need faster and easier than asking your banker. Call Dylan Cohen at JR Capital today at 602-834-7353 or click on Finance with Dylan at moneyradio.com. Call Dylan Cohen 602-834-7353 and get the money you need for your business today.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hi, I'm Ralph Romano.
And I'm Neil Lynch.
We've been friends for over 30 years. And
Wait. It's been over 30 years?
Yep, you are that old.
Well, at least you have one friend.
Anyway, we have a show called The Weekend Warriors, Saturdays at 10 a.m.
We'll discuss national and local sports, and we'll talk about some sports that you don't hear about much.
We'll also interview local athletes, coaches, and sports-related business owners to share their stories with you.
We look forward to sharing these great stories and hanging out with you.
It's The Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Prison Wallet says, thank you, Jeffrey, for finding a solution to our dilemma. Jeffrey, Keon's sympathy towards suckiness was really starting to irritate me.
No, I just think that you have to define what it is.
I think we did.
We did. But just prior to that, I just like, well, what does that mean? You can't just say, you know, what standard were you holding the team to say that they sucked? Essentially,
well, because if they don't suck, then they don't suck. Is that good?
No, but
that's the standard.
I'll take it.
If you don't suck, we don't say you suck. If you do suck, we're definitely going to say you suck.
Yeah, I'm just saying, because we're playing in football, you have a lot of teams with a lot of different, divisions. If you're playing in the AFC North, you are more likely to look like you suck than if you played in the NFC South last year.
I feel like we're really overcomplicating
That's
this
all.
now.
That's all I'm saying.
You either suck or you don't
just
suck.
use your eyes is what I'm trying to say.
That's
Don't sit there and use a record and go, well, if it's below this, was the team actually good when they were playing? And then you can have the context there.
It's not hard to figure. It's not hard to figure. Beer Bob says, I think it would have been great. Old Russell Wilson went to the Raiders instead of the Steelers. How great of a troll job could Las Vegas have done with them seeing the Broncos twice next year and Denver paying their quarterback to play against them?
That is a level of evil that I had not considered.
Yeah, I like that. I do like
I wish
that.
I had, though.
Beer Bob says, you forgot the Carolina Panthers on your list of suckage. Sounds like you just read off the draft order. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
And Carolina is like the suckiest team of all on
Yeah,
there.
the reason why it's easy to leave Carolina off is because they don't have the first pick anymore. They
And I
gave it to
forget
the
that
Bears.
it's a football team that even exists, to be honest.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
so bad.
The Panthers are in a level that is so far beyond suck. They are just in their own world, quite frankly.
Booze and Raider says, "You watch your dirty mouth. Raiders don't suck." You were under 500.
They did last year. You started Aiden O'Connell in serious games.
Listen, you're on the way to not suckage. You got rid of Josh McDaniels. You got rid of old porn star chaser. You're on your way. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Desert Llama says the 7-9 Hasselbeck Lynch Seahawks shocked the defending champ Saints that one year with the Beastquake. Listen, I gave you room for some teams suddenly overachieving, but generally we've got a pretty good formula here and we're sticking with it. Hamilton Porter says, but for the first time in a while, the Lions did not suck. No, they didn't. They
were
suck.
very good.
They got to the conference final. So no, yes, the Detroit Lions, surprisingly, were not on the list of sucking. NFL
Good for you
Blitzer
guys.
says, hey, Randy, Dylan Cease got traded to San Diego. Good or bad deal?
That's a bad deal. That means the Diamondbacks are not in on Dylan Cease. But it's good in that the Yankees are not going to get him.
Aha! Stupid Yankees. President Wallet, you're welcome. Random texter says, come on, guys. You saying the NFL team sucks. It's a bit harsh. Every single guy on that field is making a crap ton of money to do what they're doing. Give them actually suck? I don't think so. Do they not play well together as a cooperative? Okay, I'm not going to get into the weeds on this with you, random texter.
I mean, I agree with you, but that's just, you can have a good collection of players who are poorly coached, but the end result might still be suck.
Your team sucks. Your team doesn't suck, though. Your team just won the Super Bowl, random texter.
So
stop Jill Bidening us, okay? Quit it. Beer Bob says, you forgot the Carolina Panthers. Yeah,
because he was reading the draft order. The Panthers foolishly traded away their pick.
He says, you read Chicago twice. I just read your text twice. What do you want from me? I'm out of control. Hey, I got some very important, I got, some warnings for you guys. Little man talk real fast. Men,
All
gather around just for a minute. We're going to get right back to the NFL free agency. There's some things you need to look out for. I was at breakfast with my wife. We went out for some breakfast over the weekend. It was nice. It was nice. Well, we went to this restaurant called the Nook. It's over in the East Valley, and it's a place where breakfast is really good. And so we get there and we sit on the patio, and we're just like, oh, this is nice. Very nice weather outside. And then all these two old ladies come over and sit down on a bench right next to it, start smoking. So we're like, all right, that's it. We're going in. We just don't like to smell cigarette smoke. We have the same thing here at the house. If we go out on the back patio, like 5 seconds later, this big old cloud of smoke comes flying over the fence. We can't even enjoy our backyard. But okay, I can't tell anybody what to do. It's none of my business. So we go in. So that we did the same thing at the restaurant. We went inside. We got into it. We said, make sure they put us in that waitress's area because we don't want her to lose the tip because we changed tables. And so we were able to do that, and everything was fine. And then I always tip nice. But when the ticket came and the little smiley face on there. Well, that was nicer. A little smiley face. So I went up there and I paid. But I paid the same thing I would tip all the time. But what I didn't know was that smiley face is a diabolical thing. And listen, everybody be aware of this. They're saying now the Journal of Hospitality Management found people tip more when they see a smiley face on their receipt. It's all just a ploy to get you to give them more money.
Ah, I see. Thank
They
you,
weren't
Jeffrey.
really that happy to see you. So they printed different tip suggestions on people's receipts, right? 15, 20, 25. And each one had a different emoji next to it. So they basically wanted to see if the emojis would shame people to tipping more. These people who were doing a study. The lowest percentage had the neutral face emoji. The rest had smiley faces, and the smile got bigger and bigger, and percentages went up and up. So if there's a big old smiley face on there, people would be like, I'll give you money. Average tip without emojis, 22.9%, but it rose to 25.4% when there were smileys. So 11% more people are paying. Just tip 20%. You know, if it's pretty good service, yeah, you give them 20. If it's bad service, give them 15.
Yeah, I don't think that's the thing people were consciously doing, though.
That's it. I know.
We just react to faces. That's
So
the reason
just-
why you have a lot of those places with the speed limit, and it'll tell you, oh, you're going too fast. And then it just has a sad face once you reach a certain number, because they're just trying to shame you and guilt you into slowing down.
And here's the other thing. Takeout orders. If I'm going to pick up the food, I'm not tipping you. I'm grabbing the food at the counter saying, thanks, guys. And I'm leaving. And if I do feel like, well, I like these guys a lot, you might get 10% on takeout. That to me is overly generous. If I pick up the food or what, and then when you're going through the drive-through, hell no. There's no tip. I've seen that disappointed look from a girl's face where she's like, she pushes that thing in my face and like, do you want a tip? I'm like, nope. So no. When did that start? Why all of a sudden do we have to tip everybody and everything all the damn time?
Because companies don't want to give people raises, so they want you to give them raises.
Nope.
It's like, why do I have to pay my employees?
I don't.
You should pay my employees.
It's nothing against the people working there. I got nothing against you.
No.
But you did nothing. I'm not giving you a tip. You did something. I'm tipping over 20%.
Yeah.
Hamilton Porter says, who the hell's tipping over 20%? I mean, 20 is about right. But
20 is like my base. Like, just
right.
If you're okay, just 20. And then if you're really good, I go over 20.
Dirty Bird says Hooters does smiley faces and, well,
I feel like the smiley face has become redundant at that point, but
yeah, nobody's
maybe it's
looking
just
at
me.
the ticket at that. Bala 51 says tips are only for waiters and bartenders that don't that they do not make the minimum wage. That's right. Cole Pappy says, I never understood why there's a tip option at the farmers markets. I thought you owned the booth. I'm not tipping. I'm buying something from you.
That's what. Just charge whatever you want to charge.
Yeah, listen.
If you want the tip, just build that into your to your price.
Yeah, I just tip myself. So again, I don't have anything against the people who work in the service industry. I do feel for you. But if it's a drive-through, tell me why I need to give you a tip. You give me a good argument, and then we'll talk about it. But right now, there is none.
My first job was a Domino's, and anytime that I did work inside, which was rarely, if someone tipped me for like carry out, like you'd go back and you tell everybody else in the store, like, I can't believe that guy tipped me here. So I don't know either. It's just like,
But
I just grabbed
now-
your pizza from the oven, dude. I didn't do anything, but sure.
The next
yeah.
generation of people doing these things expect it. It's allowed and it's expected. I'm like, no, somebody has taught you wrong. So, but listen, I don't want to be the a-hole here. So if there's some reason I should tip the drive-through, I'm listening.
I'm listening too.
So I'm just wanting all you guys out there to remember, the waitress does not like you. She does not love you. She does not want to date you. She's put the smiley face on there because she wants more money from you. Don't fall for that. Tip her well, but don't get the shakedown. All right, that's all I'm trying to say.
Unless you put a phone number there, then don't fumble
That's
that.
it.
Just
Don't get the shakedown. Oh, here's another shakedown. You ever when you got a sore throat? In being in radio, we're always looking for soothing things for our throats. When you get I used to get them nasal infections all the time. It would take out my throat too. Well, next time you got a sore throat, here's what you do. All you got to do is this: you get a little salt in some warm water, stir it up, gargle, and then that's it. That's it. If it makes you feel better, drink some tea with honey. Fine. I've actually sat there and chugged raw honey while doing a show, trying to soothe It doesn't. It doesn't help. So the salt water does. It actually does. So, but now I think Big Pickle is trying to get involved here because he's saying
Pickle.
Also, great texture nickname, by the way.
Big Pickle.
Big Pickle says,
not the Big Pickle. It's like Big Pharma, Big Pickle, the pickle companies. You know,
the pickle lobby.
Classic. No, it's just
it's just that's the only one I know. So,
so here's what happened. The pickle people are saying you should chug pickle juice if you got a sore throat. They said, and the advice came from an infectious disease specialist who says it works because of the high salt content. Pickle juice is 5% salt. All right, you want to put that in a martini? Go ahead, have yourself a dirty martini. But if you have a cold coming on, gargle some salt. Yeah, so here's where the science comes from for whether you use the salt water or the pickle juice. Your body is only 0.4% salt. So any liquid with a higher concentration that tends to draw water out of your tissue, that will help reduce inflammation. It happens with sugar too, which is why tea and honey, like we said, can kind of help. Although sugar kind of burns my throat. Anyway, if your throat's killing you, drinking a little pickle juice should alleviate some of your pain, but it's temporary. It might give you like 10 or 15 minutes relief. So I don't know, maybe take some Advil, have some pickle juice, take some Tylenol. I don't know. It's not a great tip for people with high blood pressure. Pickles have got a lot of sodium. One spear has 33% of the sodium that you're supposed to have in an entire day. For anyone else who wants to try this, though, bread and butter pickles don't have as much salt. Still, pickle juice does work best. Or, like I said, like a normal person, gargle some salt water and you'll be fine. So just remember, Big Pickle is trying to get into your pants, pockets, your pockets. Big Pickle is trying to get into your wallet.
Yeah,
that's what I meant to say. So, beware. I feel
My
like
mom,
you guys are not appreciating the value of the information
I
shared
agree.
with you guys.
I was just thinking about my mom because my mom, whenever I would have a sore throat, my mom would give me hot water or warm water with salt, and I would gargle it.
Yeah, and it worked, right? For a little bit. For a little bit.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I just was trying not to laugh at the words Big Pickle. It's just funny.
Big Pickle. So, Donnie. I have to pause this man talk because Donnie just texted in. Jeffrey likes to rag on the Minnesota Vikings, but his sorry franchise just signed Joe Flacco. Oh, no. Oh, no.
But Joe Flacco's not there to start.
No. He's the replacement for Gardner Minshew, who's supposed to be a backup for Anthony Richardson. I'm not thrilled about
I'm
this.
just saying, if you said gun to my head, Joe Flacco or Sam Darnold, I'm saying Sam Darnold, I'm saying Joe Flacco every day of the week and twice on Sunday. That
there's some other guys.
There's a good chance like Sam Darnold is the guy that's going to start in Minnesota. I don't know that that's even close to the same situation.
Yeah, I think you should be more embarrassed, Donnie.
You're paying Sam Darnold $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
What has Sam Darnold ever done in
And Joe
this league?
Flacco is just trying to avoid his horrible children. That's the only reason he's coming to work.
But Joe Flacco shouldn't actually have to play. You hope.
Lost Toby says, I hate tipping at sports games. Dude, you got to tip Heavy Metal Maniac. It's already overpriced. I still tip, but I'm not happy about it. All right, in that situation, they don't set the prices. So tipping them for their effort it has nothing to do with you paying ungodly money for a beer. You still got to tip your guy, man.
Yep.
I understand the sentiment.
Yeah, the thing that makes me unhappy about spending money at sporting events is the beer. It's like I have to pay such a large amount of money for the beer. Like that, I'm never mad at tipping.
Oh, look who's here. Fish Tank heard the call of Donnie hate and says,
my people need me.
Joe Flacco's a better quarterback than any quarterback in Minnesota right now. Last place will be fun next year for the purple people.
Damn.
That is Donnie's karma. All right, we got to take a break. We come back. I've got a little more health advice for the men of the fourth dimension And we're going to talk a whole bunch more football. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters. And that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Tucson area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
You know, it seems like everybody's talking about the traffic on Valley Roads these days. You know what else everybody's talking about? The absolute best restaurant to take your family and friends to, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. Now with 2 Valley locations. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection on Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily from 6 p.m. and enjoy outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for spring training, March Madness, or just to enjoy the Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. You take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 locations, Scottsdale and now in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's Kasai Teppen.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
When it comes to covering the high school sports scene in Arizona, AZ Preps 365 has all the answers. Every Saturday morning from 8 until 10, they break down games, interview the newsmakers, talk with coaches from around the state, and stay up to date with what's happening with prep athletes and breaking news from the Arizona prep scene. It's AZ Preps 365, 8 till 10 Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
This March, enjoy some of the madness at Phoenix's hottest adult cabaret, Platinum Plus, on 32nd Street, just south of the 202. Open daily to 3 a.m. Our newly renovated 16,000 square foot mega club features 3 bars on 2 floors, VIP bottle service and rooms, a full kitchen, and of course, beautiful entertainers. Platinum Plus is your place for bachelor or birthday parties, victory celebrations, or a night out on the town. Platinum Plus on 32nd Street, just south of the 202.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. First, the whole thought process about whether or not we're being manipulated to tip more. Baker's Cocky Hen says, drive-through at Bikini Beans may get the tip. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there.
Easy.
Yeah, that's something different. Desert
Easy.
Llama says, if there's a nice pair of knockers, you tip $2, $1 for each. Okay, that's just.
Hang on here.
We'll stop that right there. Berg says, Flacco to the Colts.
Yeah, but he's a backup.
Yeah, he's a backup.
Just because he happened to be on a team where the starter was Deshaun Watson and he turned out to be better than him is kind of beyond the point. But he did steer a team to the playoffs. So you should point that out.
So, they're trying to, well, I've got some stuff. They're trying to suggest some new rules, and we're going to talk about that here in a second too. But real fast, there's one other thing I want to share with you. We talked about not letting yourself be psychologically manipulated by waitresses to tip more, but always make sure you tip appropriately. And we talked about what was the other thing we talked about?
Pickle juice.
Pickle juice, right? I mean, just
well,
plain
warm
old
water and salt
that
for a
would
sore throat.
right. That would take care of things.
Don't let Big Pickle take over.
Yeah. You don't need to bow down or kneel down to Big Pickle.
No.
Anyway, when you have an issue, stop waiting to go to the damn doctor. Okay, I know as men we try to tough it out. We're like, I'll be all right. I'll be fine. But sometimes you just got to know when it's time. And a 52-year-old man in Florida, because it had to be Florida, he had a lot of migraines. And he was having these bad migraines, and they were getting to last longer and longer. And pretty soon he'd have a headache that would last like a week straight. And went on like that for 4 months. Finally went to the doctor. And so they're checking him out, and there's like, oh yeah, I found the problem. Okay, so what's the problem here? Do I have a tumor? Do I have something? No. You're fine. You have a tapeworm in your brain.
Oh boy. Tapeworm in your brain.
Mm-hmm. See, you want the tapeworm in your stomach because then you lose weight. But tapeworm in your brain,
wow,
it'd be hard to diagnose in Florida because a lot of people there are really dumb.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they figured he'd eaten some old bacon, and the bacon went bad. He likes his bacon soft, so he didn't cook it enough. If he had just cooked it more, he could have killed the parasite hiding inside it. I'm not here to talk to you about bacon. You always do want to make sure you cook your bacon nice, but that's none of my business. You do what you want. I'm just saying, if you get the tapeworm in the head and have the headache, maybe go to the doctor a little sooner. But the whole message here is go to the doctor sooner. You might have a worm in your head.
Yep.
Like, how long do you have to have really bad migraines before you're like, okay, maybe I should see a medical professional?
Not 4 months.
Agreed.
Of course, the tapeworm, here's what happened. Got into his brain, laid eggs.
Yeah, that's already a bad sentence. You don't really have to say more.
But now he's going to be okay. They gave him a deworming medication that's also sometimes used for dogs. 2 weeks later, his symptoms improved. But
now he's got fleas.
Yeah, he's rubbing his butt on the carpet. His wife is just like, you got to stop doing that. Berg says crispy bacon is the best bacon. See, there is a perfect spot of bacon between raw and, oh my God, now a tapeworm has laid eggs in my head, and so crispy it's not pleasant. There is a nice middle ground of bacon. And crispy's good. Crispy's good. Breaking news says Big George. Well, hold on. Let's make sure this is legitimate breaking news. It says about the Chicago White Sox. No, we already knew that. It's not breaking news, George. Somebody else broke the news, like, what was it, 20 minutes ago? About Dylan Cease?
Dylan Cease to the Padres. Yeah.
Even though the Yankees this morning upped their trade offer and still the White Sox said no. Which is funny.
Yankees.
There may be a little bit of that going on too. Yeah.
So Fish Tank says real talk.
All right.
Okay. All right.
I'm intrigued that your text starts that way.
And real talk. Yeah.
Men that don't go to the doctor don't do it to be strong. They do it because they have anxiety about going to the doctor. That's why I don't go. Well, what is your anxiety about going to the doctor? They're not there to hurt you. They're there to help you, Fish Tank.
And I understand.
Don't be a pansy.
That sometimes people, worried about just being in hospitals and all of that. But if your head is hurting, please do not wait 120 days to see somebody about that. If you go a month and you're still having really bad migraines, don't wait 3 more. I just think that's a bad idea.
Brunswick guy says tapeworms in the brain. Isn't that what happens as a result of Florida's educational system? It's very similar. That's why it was hard to diagnose this.
Yeah.
Harry Soap says tapeworm in the brain. Well, that explains the DJ Humphreys release. So you think Monty Awesomefort likes his bacon soft? Is that what you're saying, Harry Soap?
For releasing a guy that can't play next year, who's going to collect $15 million just straight up for not playing. Did you think that that's good use of your cap? That's an efficient use of your salary cap. If you have an out, there's no dead money. The out is built into the contract. and you're going to pay a guy $15 million anyway to not play football for you?
She said a horrific shudder. You remember in like Star Wars there? And old Obi-Wan's just sitting there on the Millennium Falcon, and he's teaching this idiot kid how to play with his Death Saber, and he keeps getting shocked in the ass, and he's just like, oh, my God. And he's sitting there, and Luke, go use the Force, Luke. Oh, you suck at this. And then all of a sudden, Alderaan, this planet, blows up, and Obi-Wan is like, oh. And he's like, it's as if I thought, and he's like, oh, he could feel it. He could feel that. I just had that.
You just had that feeling, okay?
Because when I was reading that text about the bacon, I realized we don't have any bacon in the house.
Oh no.
Well, I've got no bacon to make.
Oh no, this is a catastrophic situation.
How do you not have that's just
I don't know. We just went to the store and everything.
Oh boy.
Okay, guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to pause the show here, but I gotta text my wife real fast.
Mixed up priorities there.
Yeah.
We forgot all caps is appropriate.
All
correct?
caps.
Yeah, for bacon. Oh my God,
absolutely. Yes. Yeah. All caps.
Need bacon. Is there an emoji for bacon? I don't do emojis.
Not a big emoji guy.
But if there is an emoji for bacon, this is the time for it. We have no bacon in the house. How did I let that happen? Oh, because she'll ask me. She will ask me. She's like, hey, do you want anything from the store? And bacon's assumed. Oh, there is. There's 2 slices of sizzling bacon emoji. Look at that. Look at that. You can't see it.
Oh,
there it is.
Need bacon. Forgot bacon. Need bacon.
Yeah, the bacon emoji.
Yeah, you guys don't look at the part where it said "I love you." It's none of your damn business. Anyway, back to the show. What were we talking about?
We were talking
tapeworms
about
in the brain.
tapeworm in the brain.
Yeah,
from poorly cooked bacon.
And before that, don't let Big Pickle ruin your life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just don't trust Big Pickle.
Yeah.
Harry Soap says, "Wait a second. Did the tapeworm guy chew his bacon, or did he swallow it whole?" Oh no, the little guys are teeny there at first. You
Parasites.
You might not even see that. Hamilton Porter says, went to the Rose Bowl this year. Yeah, you know who didn't? You, Arizona. $22 for a tall boy. Highway robbery. Yeah, but you still got to tip your guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still got to tip your guy. 602 Pats fan says, yeah, I don't know why fast food restaurants have a tip option. I just think it's just dumb hope. Ringless Joe says tapeworm in the brain is what Sean Payton has. Lost Toby says keeping Humphreys would be smart if you want a tank. Harry Soap says, wait a second. Oh, I read that, didn't I? Kyle G says, what a collection of album names. Soft bacon, tapeworm migraine, brain eggs. Yeah, if your band was uniquely sort of focused on breakfast. Berg sends 3 bacon emoji. Ooh, where'd you get that? Where did you get that? Berg says, well, I should call Uber Eats and have them bring some bacon. That seems excessive. I feel like that would be a very expensive way to get bacon. Randy's Chuckle says, wait, I still don't understand how the tapeworm got in his brain. Did he snort bacon? Can you do that? He had crispy bacon.
Powdered version of bacon?
Hear me out. Crispy bacon, smashed into a powder like Randy says. What would that do? What would that do? Probably absolutely nothing, but it'd smell great.
Oh, yeah.
Suffering A's fan says, this is about to sound sacrilegious, but for the perfect bacon, put the strips on a paper towel and microwave them for 1.5 to 2 minutes. You're welcome.
You're right. It is sacrilegious.
I don't think that would really work for me. I don't know if that would actually work.
Put them in the oven.
I'm not
put them
saying
on a cookie sheet into the oven.
That's unenjoyable. I'm just saying it is sacrilegious.
Lost Toby's like, oh, I want bacon, and I'm out of bacon. Bacon. There's gonna be a run on bacon, I think, this afternoon.
I think you're right.
Anyway, when we come back,
Fourth Dimension is heading out for bacon now.
When we come back, I got nothing but NFL free agency fun for you. I got a stack of stuff I've got here. Free agency fund. Uh-oh. The historian says, no! Why? Why, historian, are you shouting no? What happened now? Swazman says, reminds me of bacon on the George Foreman grill. The grease would drip right into that pan there, that little pan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't think I'd make bacon that way either. Well, I don't know. Listen, we got 2 hours down. We got 1 to go. When we come back, hopefully we'll find out why the historian just screamed no. And hopefully I'll end up getting some bacon. And hopefully we can just talk a lot of NFL. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-8787. That's 1-800-280-8787. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-8787. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
At BetUS.com, why do we care about a college basketball tournament every March? Where bets mean everything? Because it's March Mania, where glory triumphs and anything can happen. Where underdogs can make or break our hearts. Because it's March Mania, where brackets are broken and buzzers are beaten. And there's always been a sports book there for you and your best buds. Because it's March Mania. BetUS has been with you through 30 marches together. And like any good six-man, we've always had your back. And because it's March, BetUS.com is matching the mania with a mad offer. Back to back 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, and the extra confidence that comes from a 10% gambler's insurance, because anything can happen during March Mania. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins. Get started today.
Hey, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, Phoenix has had over 53 days of 110 degree plus this summer. This last July alone, we had 30 consecutive days of 110 plus. And this summer heat might just be the new normal for summers here in Arizona. What you need to do is call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar could save you over 80% off your electric bills. They're locally owned, family-owned company. Call Harmon Solar for a free estimate. 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
We all know driving hammered gets you nailed. But did you also know driving high is a DUI? I'm Officer Badalucco with the Gilbert Police Department. Anything that impairs your driving makes you dangerous on the road. If you feel different, you drive different, and driving high is illegal. Be smart with marijuana use. Get the facts at drivinghighaz.com and spread the word with hashtag HighDUI. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
QFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Go Hawks says, hot take on tipping for food. If you pay before you get the food, tipping is extortion. We've been conned into tipping as protection against our bodily fluids in the food there. I thought a tip was supposed to be for good service from an employee making less than minimum wage. Yeah, good point. That is a good point. And it does occur to me when the girl in the drive-through says, puts that pad out, want a tip? And I'm like, no. Well, maybe somebody's going to put a little extra sneeze on my burger or something. And it does worry you. It does occur to you. But no, we're getting hit too hard too often. Make sure you tip a server well when the tip is justified. But don't feel like you have to in the drive-through. That just seems silly. Yeah, my wife was going through the Starbucks drive-through and she pulled up and the woman with the thing, she's like, you don't have to tip. She was just like, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Before she even, and then of course that made my wife want to tip. Like, oh, for you, this. But generally, it's like, no, you don't have to tip in a drive-through. Harvey Putswaddler says, hey, check out what I picked up at auction. Wow, that is beautiful. You got that at Meekum? What is it? Is that a Firebird? That is a sweet vehicle, man. I'm not real crazy about the small tires on those rims, but that is a sweet looking classic car. Yeah, what is that? What is that, a 69, 70, 72? What is that? That is a beautiful car right there, Harvey Putswaddler. Nicely done. Ringless Joe says, keep an eye on the Jaguars next season. They looked like they had the vision on lock until they imploded late in the season. They got a good team, just they need to improve during the offseason. Don't we all? Niner Annapolis says, nice. Little Anthony Richardson insurance policy you got there, Jeffrey. Is it? Yeah. See, here's the thing. Joe Flacco, he's pretty good. And I wouldn't be upset about having Joe Flacco, except for he plays nothing like Anthony Richardson. So to have your backup be like the opposite of the guy you want him to come step in for, that's a little bit troubling to me.
I'm just surprised that Flacco came back, to be honest with you. I mean, he had a good run towards the end of last season. He basically walked on. He didn't have to go through, the practice, the preseason games. He didn't have to go through all of that business. He just basically kept himself in shape and he hung around. And then one day they asked about him and he was ready to go. Why couldn't he do that again? I mean, why would he want to come back and do a full season?
Well, because money. And he's got a mess of kids.
And I think he wanted to do a full season last year. He didn't choose to just sit around and wait for a phone call.
That's just weird to me. It seems like he would have walked away.
He likes playing football.
Well,
like if you like
kind of old. I hope he doesn't get hurt real bad.
He's probably, hopefully, if all goes well, he won't play.
And that's the thing, is to be an NFL backup is a real nice position to have if you don't have to play.
Is it?
Yes, you get paid a decent amount of money, and you are not expected to do most of the work.
A bullpen catcher in baseball, in Major League Baseball, is a great position. Backup quarterback in the NFL, you could still get clobbered pretty good.
Yeah, but
if you play,
he might play, but he might not play.
Well, you got Anthony
also
Richardson. He's probably going to play.
My point here is, if Anthony Richardson plays a certain way and Joe Flacco doesn't play a certain way, why are we using him as a backup?
Well, here's the logic behind that, in my opinion. You want Anthony Richardson to still use that mobility, use that playmaking ability that makes him special, but you would love him to see Joe Flacco and play more like that. Because if he plays more like that, he doesn't get hurt as often.
Well, maybe this is a two-fold thing for the Colts.
You're operating from the pocket. And Joe Flacco, say what you want about the guy, he's really good at seeing the field. He's really good at knowing what a defense is doing. Like he's the perfect guy, I think, to mentor Anthony Richardson on the stuff that he doesn't do well yet.
Oh wow, Harvey Putswaddler was a 73 Camaro, Randy. You can see why I wonder if it was a Firebird, but wow, that is. I don't generally like the 70s Camaros, but that is a nice. That's manly looking too, by the way.
Yeah, 73 Camaro, nice,
black with some white stripes on it. There, that's a cool car, man. Congratulations on that. I'm not going to ask how much, but I am curious. Historian, remember when we went to break, he was like, no, he was upset about microwave bacon. If you could figure out a way to make it work, and you're like, if I'm a single guy and I just want a couple of slices of bacon, I'd be tempted to try that, so that I, don't make a big old mess trying to make my bacon. But if I'm cooking for the family, no, I'm not doing that in the microwave. Bala 51 says, I always tip on the first date, but just the tip. Okay, stop it.
Boy.
Let's talk about the Chargers releasing Mike Williams.
Damn.
Really?
I mean,
Well,
I understand why, but damn.
Yeah, the DJ Humphreys reason similar. He only had 3 games last season because of his torn ACL, but when he's healthy, he's good. And I guess they just need to clear some cap space, and that'll move to $20 million of cap space. So can't imagine he's going to be available for long.
Well, it depends on what your injury risk looks like. Because if you have a pretty low, it depends on your front office, right? Like if your front office is like, no, we don't really take injury risks. That's just not what we do. Yeah, the people like that aren't going to look at Mike Williams as an option, because it's not just last year. Mike Williams is often injured, and that's his biggest problem. Is when he's out there, it's dynamite, but you just don't know when you're going to get it and for how long.
Well, so Mike Williams down the Chargers driveway. Harvey Putt-Swadler, I won't say the amount, but that's pretty good. Is that a resto mod or is it all original? I'm sorry. There's 2 things I'm easily distracted by. And my wife, luckily, is easily distracted by them as well, so it doesn't bother. It happened today, driving down the road with her. I'll be like mid-sentence. Yeah, and then when grandma died, oh, puppy, oh, good boy. Anytime I see a dog, I just lose my mind. And the other thing is cars. Yeah. So now I'm distracted by the puppy with wheels. Nice puppy, by the way. I'm just kind of curious. Anyway, Fish Tank says, I saw something that showed the Chargers had 4 of the 10 players that have the biggest hits to the cap this year. Well, now they don't have Mike Williams. Suffering A's fan says, listen, I was angry the first time I microwaved bacon, but only because it actually works so well. Try it once, you'll see. It seems sacrilegious.
You were angry because you microwaved your bacon?
He was angry because it worked.
Oh, I see.
He wanted the the original way to be the best way, but he doesn't find that to be true.
Sounds like somebody showing him and be like, no way, it'll never work. Oh, yeah, damn it, it worked. Big George says, Jeffrey, I think the Joel Flacco signing is genius by the Colts. He's a great quarterback, and he'll lead the Colts to the play. Shut up. Just shut up, Big George. He's a backup.
Big George.
I don't even have to be nice. Oh, the puppy. Sorry, Fifth Letter just sent me a picture of his puppy. That looks like a stuffed animal, that puppy. I don't even know what the hell that is. Kringleberry says, I concur. Microwaving or air frying is far superior. Superior? See, I don't want mine super crispy, though. I do want it a little bit south of al dente. Not soft, but also not too crispy. It's sort of the mid. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot.
I make restaurant bacon is what I make. All right, so let's keep going with the free agency. Kyle Juszczyk. Is that saying that right? Juszczyk? They always go
Juszczyk.
Oh, that's a check?
Juszczyk, yeah.
All right, well, that guy. He's going to stay with the 49ers.
Isn't that neato?
Yeah, they worked it out.
He's a good player for them. And they're one of the few teams that runs the ball enough that a fullback is nice.
I'm happy for him.
Let's continue. Don't be angry. I know the 49ers are, in your division, but he doesn't make big of a difference.
What a great time they are going to have together.
All right. So let's look at all these things as if we're shopping. All right. That's the way I look at these things. Okay. So the Raiders cut Hunter Renfrow and Jimmy Garoppolo today. Anybody interested? Anybody interested in Hunter Renfrow? Anybody thinking about picking up some Jimmy Garoppolo?
Absolutely not on Jimmy G.
Yeah, I figured that.
That's just a given.
The Raiders will save $11 million in salary cap space with Garoppolo, $8 million with Renfrow. Did he stink as a wide receiver last year?
I mean,
who was throwing to him though? You know what I mean?
I don't know how much of that was a Josh McDaniels thing too, because I think he started 3 games last year.
So they're looking for some just salary cap. It's probably nothing personal. Juice. Yeah, I know. Everybody yell that. If your name was something like that, would you be happy if all of a sudden you heard juice or boo? It sounds like boo when they do it.
I mean, yeah, but there's plenty of guys that have had names kind of like that throughout the years where it sounds like the fans are booing, but they're not. So
yeah, I don't know if I like that. I might be
I
like,
don't think so.
Everybody needs to knock that the hell off.
I think I'd like it. I'd be okay with it.
I'd stop the game. What are you doing?
Because getting a group of people to chant juice check on time, impossible.
They'd be cheering me, but I'd be down there like this. Oh yeah, right there, all of you, put me up on the big screen. I don't know. Baker's Cocky Hen says you're clearly forgetting Joe Flacco skateboarded way back in the day. Dude can just pretend he's Anthony Richardson. Just because he was on a skateboard 20 years ago doesn't mean that he can pretend to be a dynamic running physical quarterback
in cleats. That's okay, because that's not the part of the game that Anthony Richardson needs to learn how to do. The part where he throws the ball from the pocket with confidence and doesn't run at the first sign of trouble and only runs as a last resort, that's the part that he needs to learn how to do.
Fifth letter says wherever Renfro lands, he's going to tear it up. Hopefully he goes to a good team with a good quarterback, just not the AFC West, please. Lost Toby says, I have his jersey. We won. He won me about $900 back in 2020 when I bet for him to score the last touchdown of the first half of the Super Bowl. Oh, Juice. He's talking about juicing.
Yeah.
Not him, Renfro. Okay. I thought you were going to say, I have his jersey. It took 2.5 years to get it from Nick LaCapria, but I got it. That's a little joke for all the people still waiting.
Who may find it varying degrees of funny, depending on how impatient they are.
You got to laugh. So the Titans have signed Mason Rudolph to a 1-year deal. Help me out here. Who the hell is on the Titans right now? Other than Mason Rudolph as a quarterback?
Will Levis.
That's right. Will Levis.
The previously mentioned Calvin Ridley and his $92 million.
Wait, he's not a quarterback.
But he's not a quarterback. I thought you were just saying.
No, I'm saying quarterback
on the roster because they lost a lot of guys too. Quarterback wise, hold on. They've got Malik Willis. That's the other guy.
Wow, there's a whole lot of nobody can play quarterback on that team.
Will Levis looked all right last year.
Yeah.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
And he looked
Mason
all right.
is a backup for Will Levis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, they're in my division. Thank you for sucking.
Like Will Levis needs to maybe learn to throw the ball in some different ways, but there was some promise there. There's something to build on there.
Hookamati says, I don't eat meat, but my mom is in the car and says air fryer bacon is the best. Also, it's my birthday today. Hookamati's birthday. We haven't heard from her for like a month. No, she only texted in so we say happy birthday to her.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Happy birthday.
Let's not do that. No.
Well, we're not going to wish.
She's a fellow March birthday. What am I supposed to do?
No.
She. Here I'm looking. Do you have it in your phone to text in once a month?
Yeah.
I'm scrolling back. Yeah, you text in once a month.
It's possible that she's just kind of busy, but find some time every now and then to
look at this. March 13th, February 16th, January 16th. Then you go back to December 28th. So yeah, what's up with that? I'm not saying happy birthday to her. I don't care.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, Keon, don't you dissent. You just rank and file on this one.
Yep.
But hi to your mom. We'll say hi to your mom.
Yeah. Well, wish your mom a happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, it might not be her. Well, I mean, happy given birthday.
Yeah. Whenever you have your birthday, happy birthday to you, but not to Hook'em Hottie.
Hey, Mom, does Hook'em Hottie only ever contact you once a month too? See, I think I just started a fight in the car.
Yep, I think you're right.
You're welcome. Who is this on the text line?
Come to think of it.
It's evil.
What's your texter nickname? 7514 says, I waited 14 months for my Ray Nitschke jersey, but I did finally get it.
They waited a year and
There's-
change.
There's always somebody. Baker's Cocky Hen says Flacco rode a skateboard down his driveway before the AFC Championship game one year when he'd never ridden a skateboard in his life. That would be dumb. That would be a dumb thing to do. You get to break your wrist doing that. Mr. Pink Eye says, what teams can Kirk Cousins buy? Like the Jaguars, the Colts? He doesn't have enough money to buy a team.
Yeah, he's made a lot of money in his career, but not the billions required to make that go down.
Hook'em Hottie says, sorry, Keon's right. I'm kind of busy these days. My mom says hi. She's laughing. Yeah, because she knows I'm right.
Oh my God. Just sowing the seeds of discord, are we?
Making friends wherever we go.
Apparently.
Got awkward in that car, didn't it? You're welcome. Desert Llama says, Monty Awesome Fart just made good on the DJ release by signing Jonah Williams. He'll be right tackle and move Paris to left tackle. That should open up our first pick to draft Marvin Harrison. Wow, Desert Llama. Look at you on top of all this. Nicely done. Quiet Cannon says, hey, if 7514 is from Chicago, I've got a good text handle for him. Okay. You guys have to stop doing these texts where you leave me in suspense. Because then I'm just going to sit here and just not speak for a while. And then I've been told I'm not allowed to do that, especially not in the 5 o'clock hour. Lost Toby says, it took me about a year to get my jersey. I don't want to. I was making jokey joke. I don't want to keep doing this.
So the Cardinals.
And it was the wrong color, but thanks. Okay.
Just a quick thing with the Jonah Williams thing. Jonah Williams is on a 2-year, $30 million deal. So they are paying essentially the same as DJ Humphries for a guy who might be better and also will play both years of the contract.
Yeah. Good. See, Awesome Fart is.
It's almost like he's a real GM.
He's a thinker.
Yep.
We're not
This is
used
his
to that
job.
around these parts. Baker's Cocky Hen says, maybe able to afford the Jaguars. What does Kirk Cousins have in the bank? Maybe 100 million? You can't buy that. He says, well, if they can't get their FanDuel money back, they might be desperate. Oh, that's a good point.
I don't think it's coming back, by the way. I don't know how much money Kirk Cousins has in the bank right now, but his career earnings have been $231 million.
Can't buy a team for that?
No.
Not anymore. Desert Llama says Jonah Williams played 100% of his snaps in Cincinnati. All right.
Great.
So-
Now you just jinxed it. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't
We
believe
have
in
to stop
jinxes,
talking
so
like that now.
I
Thanks a
guess,
lot.
But it's a thing worth pointing out because the guy you just got is missed some games and then we'll be missing a bunch more if you were to keep him.
Can I tell you just one more thing before we go to break that excites me about how dumb the Browns are? They paid $4 million for Jameis Winston for 1 year. That's how dumb the Browns are.
That's backup money.
I know. It's just still. I mean,
they're dumb for a number of reasons. I don't know if that one's the one.
That is basically like $150,000 for every interception that he will throw if he ever ends up starting.
You want to know how dumb the Vikings are? They're paying $10 million for 1 year of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that makes me feel good.
Okay.
Wow.
Now that's dumb.
But here's the thing, though. Here's do you know how dumb the Vikings are? Don't tell me. I already.
How dumb are they? No,
obvious.
I'm just saying. $4 million for a guy who's a backup that's not bad.
Ham Sandwich says this morning I heard Kirk Cousins' lifetime NFL contract money is only like $7 million shy of what LeBron has made strictly off of his NBA contract.
Which is
but
impressive.
LeBron has made silly money on endorsements, which brings him up to billionaire status.
Yeah, but that's still crazy for Kirk Cousins to do because A, he's Kirk Cousins. LeBron has been the best player in basketball for most of his life. And B, football players just don't make money anywhere near what NBA players make. So for Kirk getting guaranteed deals or deals where so much money is guaranteed that he's anywhere close to LeBron's career earnings and contracts is kind of insane. That guy's got a great agent. You should hire Kirk Cousins' agent is what we're learning here.
You know how we do the way too early predictions every year for the NFL? I want to do a way too early prediction on how bad the Vikings are going to suck.
Jeez.
I'm looking forward to that. But we got to take a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Round one of the Players' Championship will be on Thursday at PPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Scotty Scheffler is the defending champion. He's also the betting favorite to win the tournament at plus 550. Scheffler is coming off a victory at the Arnold Palmer Invitational in Orlando. Rory McIlroy, the second betting favorite at plus 1,400. Xander Schauffele plus 2,000. Victor Hovland plus 2,200. And Justin Thomas at plus 2,500. Tiger Woods, who is scheduled to play this week, has decided to withdraw from the Players' Championship. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's time, basketball bettors. It's March Mania. Jeffrey O'Brien here to tell you about BetUS.com. I endorsed one sportsbook and casino, and that's BetUS.com. They've been driving to the basket for over 30 years. This year, BetUS has an epic three-pointer, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first three deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. It's amazing. Get started by visiting BetUS.com or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BETUS. BetUS, where the game begins.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency. All over Febreze car clips right on your face. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Hey, Ralph, got another solar question for you.
Okay, but did you check out the Harmon Solar podcast first?
The what?
The Harmon Solar podcast. We put new episodes up twice a month that teach you all the things you ever wanted to learn about solar. We discuss things like how solar works, the roofing, sales process, demand management, everything solar.
Show like this needs some real smart thinkers, huh?
Well, yeah.
So you got some really great guests then, huh?
Almost every show.
Is it on Spotify?
Yep.
iTunes?
Yep. Just search it everywhere. It's the Harmon Solar podcast. Go check it out at harmonsolar.com.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines. Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Auto Pacific segmentation, excluding hybrids and electric vehicles. 2023 EPA fuel economy estimates from 28 city, 34 highway to 30 city, 37 highway for 2023 Nissan Rogue. As shown, Nissan Rogue Platinum all-wheel drive, 28 city, 34 highway. Actual mileage may vary.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, host of You Better You Bet, reminding you to check out the show. Now, why should you check out You Better You Bet? Because we bring you the most fun. We bring you the most insightful, the most entertaining show in the wagertainment world. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come alongside them. Plus, you'll get the best betting analysis anywhere from myself, Ken Barkley, and some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. So tune in weekdays, noon to 3 on Arizona sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Oh my God. Did this really happen? Did USC just beat you, Arizona? Did that actually happen today? What?
They did it again?
What? Is that I've got it? I'm trying to verify this. I mean, here we are chugging along doing our thing. Did that happen today? Or is that when they beat them before?
That's when they beat them before.
Oh man.
They do play you Arizona
Stupid.
again.
Oh man.
Okay, let me just show you what's. But
that's tomorrow.
Wait,
at noon.
though. There's a video. I got this from producer Wes. You know, used to produce this show. It says USC just beat U of A, and then 7 minutes ago, and then this video was put up 3 hours ago by the Pac-12 conference. So, and I'm trying to get that to focus. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at here. So they didn't play today, is what you're telling me. Where's the schedule? Now, see, that's just dumb. Why would somebody do that to me? Now I was getting all happy. Don't give me hope and happiness and then take it away. Yeah.
USC played last night. They beat Washington last night, 80-74.
God dang it.
Yeah, and they play USC in the Pac-12 tournament, but that's tomorrow at noon.
Well, right. So, okay. All right. Well, then.
So I don't know if the Pac-12 network is just trying to hype up that game using the old
joyous
video.
3 minutes. 3 minutes of absolute joy.
Yeah, like that sounded wrong to me. I was like, well,
stupid producer Wes. I know it didn't look right to me. I'm like, wait, what? How? What? Why didn't I hear about this?
Stupid. Because I looked at the schedule, and so I know that they haven't played them yet. I just was.
I will tell you, for those interested, Quinnipiac beat Canisius 76-52.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I know.
What would an NCAA tournament be without Quinnipiac?
Yeah.
It's not even March.
Seriously, nobody was happier than me just sitting here in my chair for 3
I know.
minutes.
I know.
Just the bliss.
I know.
Stupid producer Wes. Lost Toby says Aaron Rodgers was sharing conspiracies saying the Sandy Hook shooting didn't happen. Yeah, he should be vice president or something, shouldn't he? But you know what? He's harmless in the way that the independents will never win anyway. So yeah, that is the news that is coming out that here's the thing. He's just talking crap to people. He's not actually a politician, just like anybody who talks stuff about flat earth or, Holocaust deniers or anything like that. Yeah, they should call them on their stuff because they have a wide audience of people who hear them speak, but they're nobody that should really be taken seriously. Nobody should be taking Aaron Rodgers seriously. Nobody should be taking any athlete that seriously. But for some reason, Robert F. Kennedy is taking Aaron Rodgers at least that much seriously, where he's constantly talking to him. But that's not the only. Here's when you know you're keeping weird company. When you tell me Robert F. Kennedy wants Aaron Rodgers to be his vice president, the first thing you should think is that's what you should think. And I mean, Rodgers and Kennedy have the same opposition to vaccines and things like that. But then when you bring in the next name that he wants as a vice president, well, if I can't get Aaron Rodgers, I want Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh, well, of course.
Jesse Ventura. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesse Ventura.
Jesse the Body Ventura. And
there it is.
And, yeah, you just can't take Robert F. Kennedy seriously now. And I never could take Aaron Rodgers seriously. Now he's more of the conspiracy theories, he just, drugs will do that to you. Remember when before marijuana was legal and the guy smoking the weed at the party would, oh my God, you would get basically a legal education about it. You know what I'm saying? And then they thought they were making the most amazing points and I legal this and that. And they think they are, but all they're saying is pineapples. And that's it. That's all they actually said. Nothing good. So that's Aaron Rodgers. So anyways, I can't take him seriously, and even less seriously if he's having Sandy Hook conspiracy theory, because you know where those go. And I just, come on, man.
And it just
Yeah.
I have nothing to add, actually. Just
come on. Now, that said, I can also say Steph Curry, sit down, shut up. You don't need to be running for any office either. I like Steph Curry, nothing, amazing player, but now he's like, I'm thinking maybe I'll maybe look into politics. No, please don't.
And look, you because I know he's really big on wanting to make a change and make a difference in the world. And I did watch the interview, and he was like, yeah, if politics is the way that I can do that, then that's the way I'll do it. But that's not, no.
Make your difference as Steph Curry. You're far more powerful as Steph Curry than you would be as Steph Curry losing some race to be the governor or mayor
or winning some race, but behaving in whatever shady way you have to win said race.
Yeah.
That I think that does lessen your impact.
You're better off just being Steph Curry and making the world a better place. By the way, there is an idea that was put out there by a Republican politician from Missouri. He says he wants to bring back something that this country is seriously missing. And I think, oh boy, segregation. Here we go. This is what he's going to say. No, to his credit, he didn't say that, but it was close. He said,
it's close.
Bring back the duel. Duel? Yeah, just like Alexander Hamilton's famous duel. Yes, with Aaron Burr. Remember that? And the 20 paces. And the guy's name is Nick Schroer. He's a state senator, a member of the Freedom Caucus, whatever that is. And he just proposed a new resolution to bring back the duel. He says if a senator's honor is impugned by another senator to the point that is beyond repair, they should be able to formally challenge them to a duel. It goes on to say they'd submit the challenge in writing, and the senators would need to agree on the terms of the duel, including choice of weapons. Duel would take place on an agreed-upon date in the well of the Senate at high noon.
Wait, he wants to do it indoors?
If there's guns involved, I'm just no. Because some idiot just decides that no.
And then you're done. Or what if they cheat, but you're dead?
I mean, maybe let them use paintball guns, or you let them do the slap fight. Like you see those videos of slap fight.
Now we're talking.
That I would watch.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Anyway,
Nancy Pelosi and Newt Gingrich in just a slap fight. Yeah, I would sit down and I would watch that. I would watch that.
If Nancy Pelosi got slapped, her whole face would fall off,
spin around in the bag.
Yeah,
isn't Newt Gingrich dead?
No,
he is not.
Think so.
He's very much alive.
Is he still in politics?
He doesn't look like he could hit anybody hard enough to do anything to him.
Looks like he hits the fridge on a regular basis. But
I don't think you need to hit Nancy Pelosi hard to make that face fall off.
I'm pretty sure if he sneezed, that would be enough. But
if you hit Nancy Pelosi, you'd hear things rattling.
Well, you'd hear a bunch of clothes,
like a maraca,
like clothespins uncouple, and the face would just yeah.
Anyway, that's all the politics I'm going to talk about right now.
She can't close her eyes after all. I mean,
no.
What? We made fun of both of them.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And Newt, can he get his arms out far enough to grab stuff?
Pelosi always looks like the Nazi in Indiana Jones whose face is melting and looks really surprised about it. Don't look, Marion. Oh. But then, like somebody stopped it, and her face was stuck that way, I guess. But really, I don't want to talk politics. Anyway, where were we? Ringless Joe says, I didn't mind the Commandos name change, but the logo leaves something to be desired. A big W? That's really the best you could come up with?
Yeah, look, I wasn't a fan of it either. I don't know what you want from me.
He says, well, maybe like an army general or something.
What are you going to put on there? Like a tank?
Oh, yeah,
why not?
Or the emblem for a general's, I don't know how many pips. I don't know how the stripes or whatever works for a general.
And they actually do have stuff like that, like stars on the jersey, but obviously not on the helmet.
I don't know, Ringless Joe.
I mean, I don't know hate that uses a star, and they can keep it.
Like a cartoon general, like a little, then what does that look like?
They would have gone with Red Tails. That would have been a badass logo.
It would have been a very badass name.
Planes,
Commanders,
pilot helmets.
Our mascot is a giant pig in a
I do like the
helmet.
the color upgrade though. That maroon and gold they've got going now is pretty cool.
Well, that was always their color.
Yeah.
No, the maroon they've got now is that kind of that darker maroon. Yeah, it looks really nice.
Is it? Huh.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the same color. Okay.
They've been saying it's the same colors the whole time in the building. So
I mean, if you look back,
Baker's Cocky Hen says Dog the Bounty Hunter wasn't available to be the vice president, huh? Okay. Gamecock says you laugh, but there's a lot of people who will vote for them based on name recognition. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but
when you're running on the independent flag, yeah, you're not winning. You're not winning. Nondescript says sanctioned murdered. They could duel with paintball guns. Yeah, paintball guns is probably a better way to go. You can get a nice welt. Pink Eye says, what teams can Kirk Cousins buy? Oh, no, he says, would Sergio Garcia run for vice president?
Well, I haven't been asked, but I'm not really, someone that could run for vice president of this country.
Not from here.
Not from here. I'm Spanish. By the way, did I mention this time on the radio that I won the Masters one time? It's coming up very soon, I might win it again,
Oh, I doubt that.
Yeah, if I go out on the sacred course out there, I might, and if I win, I'm going to have meat on a stick.
You're not allowed. You're on the live. You're not allowed to go to the Masters anymore, are you?
Nobody's been talking about me for a while. I want to keep it that way, okay?
Well, you should go then. You should just go.
I think I'm going to.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Big George says, Indiana Jones was kind of a dick. What?
What do you mean?
In what way?
Well, he could have saved a lot of lives. How? Those are Nazis. You don't tell Nazis. You don't tell them to close it. You let them melt. You let the Nazis melt, Big George.
Saved a lot of lives.
Big George.
Oh, man.
Wrong lives to save, okay? Always let the Nazis melt. Always.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Pelosi and McDonald have already dueled. That's how this idea came about. Seems like Pelosi won. Chosen One says, did you discuss Flacco signing with the Colts? Yes.
Unfortunately, twice.
Yeah, thank you, Chosen One. Ringless Joe says, I don't even think Aaron Rodgers' own team takes him seriously. Well, I think they do when he's got a football in his hands.
And that's how it should be.
Last Toby says, independents don't win, but they do play spoilers. Yeah, I know. It doesn't. I would love to vote for independent. But please, how about not the crazies? Give us somebody good. Libertarian or independent, give us somebody good and not wacky. There's so many wackies. Brunswick guy says, will Dusty Rhodes run for vice? But stop it. We have to take a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
At BetUS.com, why do we care about a college basketball tournament every March? Where bets mean everything? Because it's March Mania, where glory triumphs and anything can happen. Where underdogs can make or break our hearts. Because it's March Mania, where brackets are broken and buzzers are beaten. And there's always been a sportsbook there for you and your best buds. Because it's March Mania. BetUS has been with you through 30 Marches together. And like any good six-man, we've always had your back. And because it's March, BetUS.com is matching the mania with a mad offer. Back to back 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And the extra confidence that comes from a 10% gambler's insurance. Because anything can happen during March Mania. BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where the game begins. Get started
today.
You know, it seems like everybody's talking about the traffic on Valley Roads these days. You know what else everybody's talking about? The absolute best restaurant to take your family and friends to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. Now with 2 Valley locations. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection on Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily from 6 p.m. and enjoy outdoor dining on the heated patio. So whether you're here for spring training, March Madness, or just to enjoy the Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. You take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 locations, Scottsdale and now in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's Kasai Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Come join American Furniture Warehouse and see our amazing deals on sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedroom furniture and mattresses, dining room furniture and accessories. AFW has the latest styles, largest selection, and lowest prices anywhere. Our warehouses are full and ready for you to take your new furniture home today. At American Furniture Warehouse, you'll find the perfect items for your space at a price you'll love. Visit one of our 3 Phoenix area showrooms or shop online at afw.com. afw.com.
Before becoming a professional announcer, I took the announcer oath, which forbids me from misleading listeners.
Just wrap your heads around the reality of that.
That means I speak the truth when I say
you can listen to us on your smart speaker.
Just say, listen to 1580 The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so Deebo Samuel, just out of the blue, has decided he's going to change his jersey number to number 1 because he wore number 1 when he was at South Carolina, and of course, back when he came into the NFL, he wasn't allowed to have a single-digit number. But then in 2021, the NFL says, "Hey, we changed our mind. You can do that now." He's like, "Ooh." So now he's changed it to number 1, and some people are not happy. Some people are like, "Hey, what the hell? I bought this number 19 jersey. Well, what am I supposed to do with this?" You have 2 choices. 1, wear the 19 jersey that still has his name on it and just be like, "Hey, I was into Deebo Samuel before it was cool," you know? Okay. Mm-hmm. Or you get a white out or red out.
Red out. Yeah.
Well, it depends on if you're wearing a home or an away jersey.
No, I get it. Yeah. Red or white out would work. Yeah.
That's the best I've got for it. I have no other solutions other than you're wearing another man's name on your back. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the number says. If you see Samuel, you know it's Deebo. How many other Samuels are there?
Well, there's Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, he's not playing football, so you know it's not him.
How do you know?
Because he doesn't play football.
He's a big dude.
He's not small, but he's not big, and he's also pretty old. So I mean, he's not like Morgan Freeman old.
He's got an attitude though.
Asante Samuel.
Asante Samuel.
Curtis Samuel.
Does he play for?
Let's see here.
How many more Samuels are there?
Asante Samuel Jr. plays for the Chargers.
I'm pretty sure if you see a guy in a 49ers jersey that says Samuel, whether it's 1 or 19, you know who that is.
I still think Samuel L. Jackson could be confused.
Curtis Samuel plays for the Commanders.
No, he doesn't wear a 49ers jersey.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You asked how many Samuels there were in the NFL.
3.
I think there's a lot of Samuels in the NFL.
There's 3. And it's not first name, it's last name. That's what's on the jersey. I don't know. I think people are making a big deal out of nothing.
Well, I mean, how do you know that's it? I mean, how do you
Deebo
know?
Samuel's just trying to make some money. I don't blame him.
Well, why would he? Because he's
not going to make the money.
Of the.
Oh yeah, he gets a cut. They all do.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Huh.
Deebo Samuel,
NFLPA,
pretty smart.
Samuel Jackson.
But there is a thing though, aren't you supposed to buy up the remainder of the jerseys from the NFL if you change your number?
Right. I believe you're right.
But then you could sell them. Couldn't you still just sell those?
How would you do that?
eBay? I have something to sell, and I don't know how to sell it.
What would that be?
You had a very frightened look in your face for a second. Like, oh no, what is he selling? I want to change the taillights on my vehicle. But the taillights on my vehicle are the kind people want. I want the old-fashioned kinds. I want the kinds that I remember, And so these new ones, I want to take them out. And so I can go and buy like $70. I can replace those taillights with the ones I like. And then I got these new ones that I don't like that somebody else wants. And they sell for like $250 a piece. If I sell those, I could pay for the new taillights. And Randy's been complaining he wants me to get those little side steppers so he can
I
step up
can't get up in the damn truck.
Yeah.
I've got Shetland pony legs.
Right. So I'm just saying, I have no idea how to do this without getting murdered. Because I always imagine I'll get murdered if I do it on some of those other sites.
Well, I mean, you could have me come over when the person buying the taillights are coming over. I could be there. I got your 6. I could be heavily armed, just standing in the background.
It's not exactly convenient.
Never mind him. He's just my bodyguard. How much you want to buy? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you'd paint him with a LED, like a laser light on his chest.
Laser on him.
Put
a laser. Oh yeah, and I'd have
what's going on here?
Yeah, the night vision. I'd have all that kind of sitting there, and I'd be off in the shadow somewhere in your garage.
I feel like a lot of our deals would get canceled because you scare people.
No, I wouldn't scare any. I wouldn't say a word. All you'd have to do is do the deal, but I would be ready.
These are just taillights for a vehicle.
I mean,
I don't know if I want to go through that
way,
much trouble.
They flinch the wrong way.
Why
If
not?
you like 2 puffs, they'd never hear it coming.
I'll mail it to them. I don't want to have to clean that out off the driveway.
Why not just meet in like a parking lot or something where
no, that's a
where
good place.
there's
That's
people murdered.
worse. I'll get murdered there for sure.
During business hours, not just.
Well, if you went to a parking lot, I could go ahead, like an hour ahead of time, set up a sniper hind, and I could be on one of the buildings.
I
You'd
just
never
don't know that you'd need that.
You see what I'm saying?
Probably if you went to like a Home Depot,
Put
something,
like an in-ear thing, and
I'm just gonna mail it to them
during the day when there are people.
I just gotta find where to sell this where I can just mail it to them.
I don't have a good shot.
Where do people do that sort of thing? Where I can just mail it to them.
eBay.
See, I don't. eBay makes me itchy.
Why? Offer up.
Oh, I've been ripped off on eBay more than a couple of times.
How about offer up?
One time, never got the product, and nobody would help. And then the other time, they sent it was broken. So,
what about offer up?
I don't know. I could check it out. So a lot of who was everybody
gave you plenty of options here,
All
and
right.
if you don't want me over at your house with my night vision, okay, I'll stay home.
Can I borrow your night vision?
No.
Oh,
it's all fit to my head. I don't want to have to redo everything.
I always wanted some night vision.
Yeah, well,
so there's 2 things I want in life: a go-kart and night vision.
Thought you wanted a drone.
I've got a drone. I have a small drone. My wife won't let me have a big drone until I can prove I won't crash the small drone.
And
then if I don't crash that, then I can have a big drone.
But you want a go-kart though.
I want a go-kart and I want night vision goggles. I will use them together.
So you'll drive your go-kart at night?
Yes. Yes. No Brunswick guy. I'm not even answering that question. You know the truth. CK says, Jeffrey, simply meet at a police station. You pansy. Well, I'm not a pansy. I just don't want to clean the blood off my driveway.
Who said that? Who was that?
CK.
All right, CK. Making note.
By the way, I got priors. I'm not going to the police station. Lost Toby says Devo Samuel wanted to change his number sooner, but the stock was too high and it was super expensive. Oh, you mean there's too many jerseys? Oh, I see. So they just waited until there were less jerseys. Oh, that's smart. That is pretty smart there. So, we talk about generally the big name players, but there's an awful lot of players who have moved around in free agency that maybe you haven't heard of, but one of them is defensive back Jonathan Owens. The Green Bay Packers, I guess, let him loose, and he signed with the Chicago Bears. And his wife is Simone Biles, the little itty bitty gymnast lady. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Olympic gold medalist. Yeah.
She needed a minute to kind of collect herself, and then she came back and she's kicking ass. Anyway, so a little gymnastics, teeny weeny little Simone Biles, and she kind of just got ahead of herself. She didn't think about how. Well, here's what it was. She started tweeting when all this was happening. First thing she says, like, "Oh, I just want to say thank you to Packer Nation for embracing my husband and I. Green Bay will always hold a special place in my heart." And that's nice. And then 1 minute later, "Oh, Chicago, here we come!" Whee! And then she's like, "I'm so excited! I don't have to have a connecting flight to see my husband. Oh, I love Chicago! Oh, pizza and hot dogs! F yeah!" Maybe let more than 1 minute go by between "I love you, Green Bay, you're always in my heart," to "Woo, F yeah, Chicago! Whee!"
Well, I mean, why? I mean, the fact is that the team, if they wanted them to stay there in Green Bay, would have retained him. They didn't, and so off we go into the Wild Blue. I don't see a problem.
I'm just saying, maybe wait a minute if you're like, "Hey, thanks, guys, all the fans in Green Bay, thank you very much." Wait at least more than 1 minute before your fingers in the air and heading for the airport. I'm just saying, maybe an hour.
Here's what I found. You got $250?
Me?
Yeah, we'll go in halvesies on this thing.
On what? What are you talking about?
It's a go-kart, and it's $500.
You'll have to send me a link.
Fresh piston and rod, carb leak, some fuel. Hey, I don't mind that. It's a little, on the edge. I think we could fix that.
Or don't click anything until I see this.
Got a roll cage.
How many people can sit in it?
2 side by side.
All right.
No restraints at all. I mean, absolutely nothing.
Why would you need them?
I don't.
It's just a go-kart.
With the way you drive, I'm going to get like some bungees or something. I'm going to hold me in there.
Oh, that's fair.
Because the way you drive.
Yeah, you just get a little bungee straps. That's all you need. You're good.
I bet we could talk them down. I mean, this thing is. Look, I mean, it's leaking oil. It's got to have some tires. I mean, look, dude. We're only going to pay you. We could probably talk them down.
I got to do this real fast, but send me a link. We'll look at it.
All right.
Hey, we get this thing. Can I use your night vision?
No.
Damn. It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1915, Brooklyn Dodger manager Wilbert Robinson, thinking he was going to catch a baseball dropped from an airplane, was surprised and splattered when the sphere turned out to be a grapefruit. As the orb reached the Brooklyn skipper, the fruit's red pulp splattered all over the former catcher, who believed he'd been drenched in his own blood. "Jesus Christ, I'm killed! I'm dead! My chest is split open! I'm covered in blood!" he screamed. Yeah, it turned out no, it was just grapefruit. So, but for a moment there, he thought that was the end of him. And so then here's what they say. Rumor is that Casey Stengel was behind that prank, but turned out the truth was the pilot, Ruth Law, a pioneer in American aviation, substituted part of her lunch when she realized she flew up there. She's like, "Oh crap, I forgot the ball." So she reached over, grabbed the grapefruit, and dropped that. And the rest is history. And it's also claimed that this incident is how the Grapefruit League earned its nickname.
I don't know about
I don't know how much of this is actually true, but I love the story.
Either.
I don't.
It is a great story, though, which is probably why it exists. Great stories usually do. They just continue on, even though sometimes they're not exactly true.
Like this one, Brunswick guy. "I'm not Canadian." He says, "Randy said you were Canadian, so I just wanted to confirm."
Well, I mean, it's
sorry.
the truth. It's the truth.
It's not true at all. It's just some dumb crap.
You were born in Saskatchewan, and
I've never been to Canada. I've not even. I've not.
You're being too humble.
Yeah,
You're really being too humble.
I would love to be from Canada.
Right?
I would love to go to Canada.
Canadian.
Hell, I wish I was in Canada right now.
And because you're Canadian. There it is. See?
No, because it just seems like a very nice place, and I could get away from your dumbass theories.
And there it is. See what I mean? Right there.
No, I am not Canadian, and I've never been fired from a job in radio. These are two things that Randy tells everybody that are not true.
Got to start accepting the truth here.
There's no accepting. It's your truth is wrong.
Well, I wish it was, but
you got fired.
Flowing truth like a bottle of Drano.
You got fired weeks later.
How is it that you quit and I got fired? See what I mean?
They changed the format from fun music to boring music, and I said, Randy, I can't do this anymore, and I left. And then 2 weeks later, your ass was shown to the door.
Jeffrey, sorry, you're out. Tom Brown, you're in.
That's not how it happened.
How it happened right there.
That is not how it happened.
Yeah.
You keep up with this Canadian line. You keep up with that whole I got fired. I've never been fired in my life. Not from radio job.
That we know of.
No, that we absolutely know of. No. Never been fired.
I sent you the leak on your go-kart.
Okay. You want to get fired again?
What do you mean, right now?
I'm just saying.
No.
Keep perpetrating these lies.
I'm not perpetrating. I'm not. Are you calling me a liar?
Yes. Yeah, there wasn't even a hesitation. At least on those two things, yes. I'm not Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm not Canadian. I got to go. It's the end of the show. See you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Daily Blender, 1580.